Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, we are back.
I beat you to it.
Yeah, you did. Danny counted me down, but I had a feeling you. I mean, I feel like you always do it first most times.
Usually,
Yeah, usually. So,
because it's the ladies and gentlemen thing.
yeah, it's ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and then I'm like, we're back. We're live. We're here.
You know, we didn't do that when we first started. We wasn't doing that shit.
Nah,
It was a while.
It became a thing later on.
Yeah.
It became a thing. I don't know when it became a thing, but later on it became a thing. But we did used to have that the fake hand clap intro.
Oh yeah.
And then the added applause.
Shout out to Spreaker, man.
Shout out to Spreaker, man, for
giving us a
starting us
start.
in the game, man.
And then
Our
they
first
wrote about
100
us.
plays, bro.
They wrote
Our
about
first
us like this.
100,000, huh?
They wrote about us like within
Like
the first
that,
fucking
bro.
month.
Word. I had
The
us on
whole
the like
spread.
splash page, bro. That was a big push for us, man.
So, well, of course, we're here at First Live.
Yes, yeah. First Live Studio here at 219 Central Avenue.
In Bushwick, Brooklyn.
Bushwick, Brooklyn, 11221. This amazing borough here in this county of Kings.
You guys will be pleased to know that there are no guests today.
There was,
I'm happy.
we're not gonna, I mean, anyone who saw it last week, man, all I have to say is I want to thank the writers at the New York Post for not referencing us by name, for
Yes.
not even acknowledging our existence.
Just being on the link gave me anxiety.
Oh, man. Nah, I was, it's out, man. It is what it is. We had nothing to do. The way I
was
look at it is
holy
like,
shit.
it's like Barbara Walters sitting down with
That's
a
what I'm saying.
convicted
It was like,
serial
yo,
killer or anything.
you got
It was
people-
nothing that any other reporter's never done. I mean, and sometimes they have far more information than that, man. And all I got was
They could have roasted us on the post, and they chose
they
not to.
they could have they let us live, man. They let us live. So shout out to the New York Post for that, man.
It's been a tumultuous week.
Yes, it hasn't been
That's the word, right?
a very fun week. Out, and that's outside of like the heat, like this oppressive ass heat,
yeah.
man. This heat wave, and it's not even just here. Like it's a heat wave gripping the entire country, man. And I mean, I told you yesterday while we were together, man. It's funny because by the time we got together, it was already like 85, 86, and it's
And that
10
was
in the
like
morning,
10
and it
o'clock.
felt like it was in the 90s when you factor in the heat index with humidity and everything, man. And I told you, yo, it's so funny that we sitting here, we talking about, yo, it's amazing how much cooler it feels than yesterday, bro. And it's like, still feels like it's 95, muggy, your clothes sticking to you, but it don't feel like it's 100
I'll
already.
tell you one thing: the AC is bumping in here, and I love it.
Yeah, man, it's at that right, perfect level temperature, man.
Because
It's
last week it was kind of warm, and I think that was kind of like foresight as to how the interview was gonna go.
nah, I don't think it was warm. Like I felt really good. I felt good last week. I didn't feel warm.
I remember being fucking sweating.
I think just the fact that
think it
things
was-
that were mentioned
yeah,
maybe
I think that's
exasperated
what
that
made
for
me
you.
sweat.
That's what made you sweat. a bit.
Holy shit!
You were never on the free throw line with the game on the line and home court advantage for the playoffs. And
I mean, it was an interesting episode. We can't say that we regret doing the episode because it's
Oh, no,
already
no.
done and it's
it's
in the
done.
books.
It's out there. It's finished. It's in the past. Can't go back and change things. We don't have a DeLorean. We got to take up to 88 miles per hour.
But I think the fact that we all congregated as soon as it was over.
As soon as it was over,
Group discussion.
we had a group discussion. We had a group discussion beforehand when the article, when I told Danny the second I saw him, we laughed
way.
and joked a bit. There's about 30, 40 seconds of laughing and joking. I'm like, yo, Danny, I got to show you some shit before we go in there.
And remember, I was so spaced out. Like, you showing
Yeah.
me all this shit. I'm not even connecting the dots. I thought you was just going to talk about some dance company.
No. It was but the funniest
little
shit, man,
deeper
was when
than
I
that.
think about it, man, is like the way it happened. It was like, yo, it's like when they told when they wanted to in Entourage when they wanted to walk away from the movie Harvey to do Aquaman, and they went to see Ari. It's like, yo, we gotta talk, Ari. Like, so talk. You just gotta talk, Ari. That's what I felt. I was like, we gotta talk, Danny.
Yeah, I swear to God, I was fast forwarding the interview. And if he wasn't speaking, you was. I think I probably said 2 sentences that entire thing. Because I was just, my mind was blown.
Your mind was, I could tell, man.
I
But
was
we
like-
were having short conversations with our eyes, and I'm like, oh, fuck, what did we just
Yo.
do? I was just there like, oh, fuck, is this gonna, how bad could this go for us, man?
But that wasn't even like just the tip of the iceberg. Like, there was so much bullshit that happened this past week, bro. I'm
Yeah.
not going to get too deep into it. But just know that we see you and we do not approve.
No, we don't. It's clown move, clown shoes. Here's what it is, man.
Clown move, clown shoes. I
Yeah.
like that shit. Play stupid games,
Win
stupid prizes.
And a stupid game's being played with us. Gonna leave it there. Not gonna go further into it. It is what it is, man.
It is what it is.
I told you, don't stress yourself about it because nothing we could do. We have to let it run its course.
I fucking stress out about everything.
You
bro.
do, and that's why it shows, man. Why you stress, man. Like
I stress out about everything.
your stress
I
on
wear
this
that
shit
on my
has
sleeve.
made me tense, man. I'm feeling my back and neck right here tense. Like, yo, my shit's killing me right now, man. Like, yo, my shit, it's weird though, but I also know, it's like I told you yesterday, it's just like I like having gone from being so active to now sitting at home so often, and I'm not like a person to go running or, jogging or anything. I really think I'm going to end up needing, I said it before, man, I think I just need to buy a bike and start riding around the neighborhood.
Get your cardio up, bro. Get your cardio up.
Nah, they don't want me to get my cardio up, bro, because I'm going to start going to play soccer if I do, bro.
Bro, you start playing soccer, you're going to get chiseled, bro. You're going to lose all that extra weight, and you're just going to see definition.
Oh, bro, like I've told you, man. I wish growing up, I wish I knew more. I wish I knew more about soccer as a youth. I played like
football.
Yeah, international football. Or international, we're putting the accent on it, but Americans will call it football. And you know what the world calls football? They don't even call it American football. They call it gridiron football.
Really?
Yeah. It's because it's such a different style of game, the way it's played. It's, football, soccer is literally played only with your feet. Football. You can't touch the ball at all with your hands if you're not the goalie.
So I think now that we're on Good Morning Bushwick, of course, 30 days to rock.us. You guys see it right there. This entire thing is for this right here, bro. Because we're trying to raise money.
Yes, we're trying to raise money, man. Here for First Live, for the artists who've been hurt by this COVID-19 pandemic that is still raging across the United States. And I think that's lost on a lot of people, man. I think we saw articles about it. They said it in 1918 with some of the other pandemics that have come prior to this, that people eventually got quarantine fatigue, didn't want to stay in the house, didn't want to wear their mask and shit. And I mean, Miami. Watching what's going on in actual Miami and all these other places that opened up fast, and some of these parts of Texas, some of these parts, like that Panhandle coast area of Florida, down there you get you get Florida, Alabama, Louisiana, those places that have that nice shoreline area that opened up quick, man, and they're having flare-ups, man.
They all seeing the effects of their stupidity right now.
Yeah. And to see that New Yorkers, gathered in the way they did after, we all got a firsthand look at what happened in the city, man. It's disheartening, man, to say the least, man. They said they shut down a few spots over there that were responsible for it. And, I spoke to my dad about it, and while I feel bad for a lot of small businesses, because a lot of small businesses have been hurt by this, man, and like we discussed, man, some restaurants that were able to, that already did most of their shit through takeout, were able to, pivot a little more.
Just a small adjustment.
Yeah, just a small adjustment. You're going to have people indoors. But, when it comes to bars and, and restaurants that relied on people, and they're like, yeah, you would get takeout orders sometimes, but you relied on,
if you look at
people patronage inside your establishment.
Very few Chinese spots, have full seating. Like Apollo's. Apollo's has seating. And they serve Chinese food there.
They also serve drinks.
Yeah, and they also serve drinks. But these other spots, it's always been, that shit across the street from 291, that shit was just a window. That shit was a walk-through.
Word.
Not even a drive-through. You just walk through there. You go, you make your order, and you bounce. They got somebody riding the bike up and down the neighborhood making deliveries. I'm pretty sure they didn't miss a beat, especially now that everybody's stuck at home.
Word.
They want to eat Chinese
I
food.
know I'm going to say it was fucked up, because of the whole China virus. It came from China thing. We saw a lot of what happened. The anti-Asian,
It got so
the way
bad.
it got stupid. And I hate to admit it, man. One buddy I saw who said something. Who I tell you the way I feel, man. Like I told you, I feel like people get that. I feel like people get that new dopamine hit when they go online and trash the country, trash the Republican Party are trash. Liberals, both ways. Both ways. I'm talking about it both ways. I want everyone to know this.
They just want to be heard.
They want to be heard, and they feel like they're saying
And
it. That's
just
it.
like-
And I tell you, to see the way it goes on now, like I see these arguments just keep.
And they're gonna keep going, bro.
They keep going.
They keep
and
going.
it doesn't stop. And to see people like the way right now they are with it's crazy. And
Every comment is like a jewel in that Thanos glove, bro.
Yeah.
And once they reach,
everybody thinks that they could snap. Everyone
That's
thinks
it,
they could
bro.
do this, that, change things. And just the way it is both ways, man.
addicted to the likes and the shares.
But it's people like they're so, not even the likes and shares, man, just like that's the, I don't know if it's a new thing. You can see it.
Just
like,
be an asshole. Use social media to be an asshole
how
from
can
the
I
comfort of your
turn?
home.
How can I turn what's going on me, about me? How can I make this about me? That's what I feel like social media does now. How can I make this situation that has somewhat to do with me, my life, completely about me and my life?
You know, a lot of asshole-ish things happened this past week, and we're gonna run through all of them, including Kanye and everything that he's going through. But I think now that we're live on TV, we need to address what happened at Marshall's yesterday.
Oh, all right. Since we're live on TV, first off, you address what happened at Marshall's for you before I start.
So it's been a long time since I went shopping for myself. Even the times that I've tried, you know, I go to Manhattan Avenue and I get some $6 pants that's made from the cheapest fabric in the world, makes my legs break out, all types of shit. So you've been telling me to go to Marshall's for a long time.
Marshall's, TJ Maxx,
I picked
Burlington
you up in
Coat
the morning.
Factory. Any of the three.
We went to the Marshalls on Northern Boulevard. And once I saw the prices on the pants and then felt the fabric.
Like, you looked at the jeans and said, wait, this Gap? This $10? Are things like this?
It's like
exactly what you went.
a complete
All this like
level.
this? All these prices? I was like, you might
I
find
was
some
in
clearance
disbelief.
for a little less.
I said, holy shit, these are cheaper than the ones that I got on Manhattan. And they're actual name brands. Bro, I saw True Religion jeans for like $12.
Bro, like, and I told my dad
was like,
and my
what
mom, it
the
was weird
fuck?
when I went last week to the other one. I told you I always go to one on 14th and 20th. I'm saying 14th and 20th. On 6th and 20th. I always take the fucking M to 14th and get off and walk.
Shit.
But I always go to that one. I told my dad they had so much shit, but like I still saw winter coats, I still saw sweaters, hoodies, and usually by now, man, like there were times I'd want to go get a hoodie because I'm playing football, so I got game. I like to wear shit to keep me, and I like to contain the heat when I'm playing like that. And they wouldn't have anything this time, and still seeing that shit, I'm like, yo, it's like the store, it's like they shut down. They only just reopened like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And I'm guessing they still were getting shipped shit to go out for spring and summer. And like they still got all this shit. So it's like, yo, we got to knock this shit down, bro. Like I told you, those the
even had
pants you
Under
saw
Armour
that day
shit.
when you asked me. I told you those were American Eagle Outfitter pants, bro. And I got them for like fucking $10. I'll tell you, I got three of the same type of pants. Different colors, different back pockets. Front pockets look a little different. But literally, same color, same style pants, three of them. $10 each.
So when we first walked in, the lady offered us a cart. And I told her, I don't need a cart. I'm probably not getting anything. And I just end up with like a fucking
shit,
three
hunched over your
feet
shoulder.
worth of jeans.
Shit under your arms.
I'm like trying to carry everything. So the bullshit happened when we got to the line. Because, I mean, we did a podcast on this yesterday.
We spoke about it a little bit.
About it.
It was the height of entitlement, man, because I told you immediately, like I knew it was gonna happen. The lady in front of us, she acted funny once she even got over there to come get in line. Before we saw it, was checking to see which way it was gonna curve. We had to like curve it or like do it like against that back wall. We went against the back wall.
I wonder, not to cut you off, I wonder if she would have done what she did, knowing that we was gonna be on TV talking about it the next day.
No, probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But what pissed me off, and here's the thing, it's not even, I'm gonna say pissed me off. And I told you I'd have been totally okay with it if you just acknowledged us. Just acknowledge that we there.
That's all she needed to do.
I want to say in that store,
or at least acknowledge the people in front of you. She was trying to use them as
as them. Like I was, and I thought I thought when she said that she was with them, and then she said I was behind them. That even
like, what the fuck does that matter?
What does that
Like,
matter to me for? Like we ain't doing no back skips. This ain't the school lunch line. Like the fuck out of here with that
Back
nonsense.
skip.
But what happened? All right, so here's what happened yesterday at Marshall's. Roach needed some shit. I needed a few pairs of shorts, some shirts. And we were talking, and we get in line. We're waiting, lines moving a little slow. It was a long line. You know how it is in department stores. They have people on the floor. They got to get them up front to the register, but they don't always have them up at registers because they need them on the floor. So before they get them up there, the line's kind of long, moving slowly. This lady sees it as her opportunity to go get some more shit she wants. And we're already, it's not even like we're on the line back where it's snaking, where it's like, all right, cool. We're already inside the stanchions, like we're almost there.
Yeah.
We're getting closer to being almost there. And
she disappeared.
And she was going for like a good 15, 20 minutes too. It wasn't like, yo, I'm going to go real fast. Like she went to do some additional shopping. Like, yo, I could do this. And she was like, this nigga ain't going to say nothing to me in this store because what you finna do? She was like, I know in her mind, she was just like, this big motherfucker knows he can't say nothing to my low ass because people are going to get on him. Like, she really knew. Like, as big as I wasn't, as little as she was, what could I really say to her? Other than it was rude of you to not even say excuse me when you walk back in. You just push past us and get back in your spot in line.
So, all right. So after she disappears, me and him walk up. We close that gap. It's like, fuck it. You lose your space. That's it. Then he starts mouthing off to me, saying, she better not fucking try to come back. She better not try to come back. She's gone for fucking like 15 minutes easily. And then I see her coming back. So I see her walking towards the back of the line. So I'm like, all right. But then I just see him kind of like get pushed. And she's pushing everybody to get back in her spot.
And this is people behind us too. I didn't even hear an excuse me from behind me. And you know what I'm saying? There were other people behind us. It's like, yo, this is shit that pisses me off. Yo, this is why I tell people, closed mouths don't get fed, bro. Like, yo, like she was rude to all of y'all too. Like, I get pandemic. You don't want to argue, go back and forth.
They wanted you to be the guy.
They wanted, yeah. Oh, we got somebody in there. Either he's gonna turn up, and we could be like, yay, or we could all shout him down and tell him he's wrong.
And as soon as the back and forth started, like I was already telling you, like, Zoe, please.
I was like, yo, like I don't care, like we all go in the same spot, but I was like, yo, you could at least say excuse me. I was like, when that happens, I was like, and this is the thing I've had to talk to my girl, like I told you, and then I'm tell you how this happened one time, and I got to talk to my girl and fella about this. What happened yesterday is I always tell people, I don't know how lines work where you come from. If I'm standing in line, we're all in line, like a line. If you in a queue up, whatever you want to call it, if you're waiting in queue, whatever the fuck you call it, wherever the fuck you're from. Here we call it waiting in line. Like we're in line.
It's not taking a number.
Yeah. It's not taking a number.
If you take a number, you go wherever you want.
Whatever you want to do with the take a number system. Nobody really does that anymore. Too many places.
Shit.
But for you to walk off, and then like I was like, all right, if she was walking like right there to this little rack right here, want to look at something on the other side.
If she would have at least stayed within our scope,
and our scope of range, like, all right, she ain't disappearing, or even if she'd be like, yo, I'm just want to run to the bathroom, she came back with more shit. Like if she, but then still, all you have to do is like, yo, line's long. I forgot something. You mind if I go and then I come back? Yeah, cool.
It's common courtesy.
No beef with me. But it's like I said, even when the last time when I flew down to meet my girl in Florida in the winter, when I told you, everybody waiting in line, some chick, we snaking around waiting to get through TSA. Some girl, blonde girl, comes running through. Oh, I'm about to miss my flight. It leaves in 20 minutes. And like she's like just skips like the whole back of the line. Acts as like two people, and I'm like in the middle of the shit, and then it snakes and still goes forward. Like, and there's like 30 people behind me and 30 people in front of me. She acts as like two people, and it skips everyone. And me and a couple other people are looking at like, they speak for us? Like, how does that go?
Hate that shit,
I was like, if we were late, would we get that? I was like, yo, like that shit kills me, but it's the height of entitlement in this world. But when you tell people that shit, like it's simple shit like that, like that's entitlement to think, yo, everyone else, yo, we woke up early for our flights, we got here, we made sure we had what we had to do. You went out partying, was probably drinking, looking at her, she looked like a party girl. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this. She looked like a bartender. She probably did a little bit of coke. I'm sorry, I've worked in the service industry. I know, I've worked in the service industry. I've seen a lot of people do a lot of perique.
Coffee. Absolutely. We're at First Live Coffee House.
Yes, we are. Oh, my God. Look, there's coffee beans over my shoulder. That is amazing. Did you set that shot up on purpose?
Fine beans.
Over my shoulder.
Super Lost Coffee.
Super Lost
That's
Coffee.
That's what it is. Super Lost.
Those were the coffee beans
on week
we
one
featured in week 1, man. Those huge
our-
bags. Smell the potency
of the
through
new format.
Yes, of the new format.
Don't dig into the archives because you won't see Super Lost. So we got the caramel
Yes, we were giving some good.
and we got that cocoa,
Yeah, we got.
not that cocaina.
I mean, same plant though, right? Yo,
I want the. I want you to surprise me. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna roll the dice here.
can I get a iced caramel latte?
You see this? You see this?
I haven't had caramel in a while. Like that was the shit. That was what got me.
Shit.
Like, Danny got me with that, man. Because I mean, you guys know, man, I'm not really a coffee drinker, really.
Until we started doing this show.
So this, and then even like they started, stopped, and then right back, and then it's like once a week, twice a
I
week.
predicted it when we cut the first trailer, and I said, "This coffee's delicious."
Pick up your fucking cup.
I'll have you know I spent most of the day yesterday making the caramel and mocha for you guys.
The caramel
Thank you, sir.
and the mocha is homemade.
Homemade. Like
course.
we featured it. Well, we didn't get the whole thing, man, but there was one time on air you whipped up a batch of
Yeah, I
caramel on
remember
air,
that
right?
shit.
I remember that.
That's still in the archives.
Yes, man. I remember all of that, man.
It was just a common courtesy thing about yesterday.
Yeah, it was a common courtesy
The-
thing
the
about
lady
yesterday.
should've just-
It's all you had to do was like acknowledge.
If you was at a
acknowledge.
movie theater, at
Anywhere.
a concert line,
amusement
anywhere other
park
than a
line,
fucking
anywhere,
store.
a supermarket line where people have been waiting and they have hundreds of dollars. That shit's melting and shit. Some of the shit might be melting. No, they're not gonna allow that. And all it is simply common courtesy. Everyone wants to talk about be decent, be nice, want to talk that shit, be a better person, do all that. Yo, I was trying to be a better person when I gave you the chance to acknowledge us. Like, yo, even when we looked around, like, yo, is she gonna come back? We waited a few minutes before closing that gap. It's like, yo, you're not coming back? Cool, fuck you then. But to push past those people behind us, the people behind, and they didn't say anything either. It's like, yo, like, but
To them, everybody was more worried about cell phones coming out, some argument popping off, and ending up on World Star Tomorrow. Like that. That's really what it came down to. And then there was the lady on the line that started grilling you when you started talking.
word, the lady, she's at the front of the line. Like, and in my mind, I was like, yo, who the fuck said anything to you, man? Why are you looking here? Like,
It's just like
why are you looking over here?
like,
Like,
yeah,
get
I
at the
just
front of the
wanna-
line. This has nothing to do with you.
I
You're
wanna-
about to pay and get to leave. You didn't just get bumped and pushed by a rude old lady.
all I wanted was clothes. I didn't want
Me
no
too.
static with nobody, bro.
That's why I turned I turned it down. Like I was still a little bit hot.
Turn the other cheek.
I was still a little bit hot, man. Like even when we walked out, I saw her waiting at the bus stop. I wanted to push her off the curb. Like that's only like a 6'7", not even a 6-inch drop, man. It's like a 3-inch drop, but for her, like that's broken hip at least, man.
Yeah. So
Nah,
these
I'm
are the
joking, man.
these are the
There's nothing funny
scenarios
about
that
elder
will
abuse.
only play out in your mind.
These are the fucked up thoughts that go through my mind. These are the reasons I say I'm only decent because, like, if you're the little vignettes that used to happen on Scrubs,
Oh, and
like those play out in my mind sometimes. Like when I saw her right there, it's like I could just
Oh,
elbow you
shit.
right into the fucking street. Like,
shout out to Zach Braff, man.
yes, man. I love that show, man.
Did you ever see the movie he did, Garden State?
Once. That's when he comes back for the funeral and meets Natalie Portman's in there, right?
That's a beautiful movie. Whoa,
Yeah, I saw that.
got some spiritual activity going on.
I don't know, man. It's like the third week in a row that's
paranormal
happened,
shit.
man. Something here is trying to contact us from the other side, man. I don't know.
Blink twice if it's.
Yeah, maybe no. Let's not play that game.
I
doing that.
I didn't
No.
finish the statement because I knew that if I did,
If you did and it did, now we're fucked. You done let it in. Now you done let it in.
how many movies we seen where people don't properly close out their
Don't close
sessions?
out. Don't listen. Don't yo man. I'm sorry. I mean that was one of our first episodes back. We spoke about it when I got the Paranormal Activity Blu-ray set.
Oh yeah.
And I watched the first one. I haven't watched any of them since. I've been like, I like to watch movies like that when it's dark, when it's late and shit, so like to get the scary feel. But just that stupid motherfucker in the first one, man. Like thinking, hey babe, I was online and listen to this shit, like, and what. Crazy board, like it was like, yo, this dude is the dumbest fuck possible throughout that entire movie. When homie walks into the crib after y'all realize, all right, maybe something is up, and he's like, yo, don't use the camera, Don't antagonize it. Don't try to talk to it. I need to contact somebody who knows. He's like, I deal with spirits. And he's like, right now, I'm telling you, this is a fucking demon. A demon, not a spirit. Not like a dead relative. Maybe he wants to say, hey, guys, be a little safe. There's somebody around you that I don't like. That's bad energy. No, this is full bad energy that wants to fully fuck you up. And what do? But keep telling him, nah, bro, I'm going to fuck you up.
That's stupid, bro. I was watching a movie the other day. The guy ends up killing the demon with a shotgun. I forgot what movie that was. It was like, damn, Brennan would know. I'll tell you the movie. But at the end of the fucking movie, he shoots a demon, and the demon disappears. And that was like the climax of the movie. I'm just like, yo, how do you even pass that script to somebody in Hollywood and be like, oh, I think that's pretty good. so we want to hit him with birdshot or buckshot.
Birdshot, buckshot, going 10 gauge. What are we doing here? What are we looking for here? 10 gauge, 12 gauge? Huh? Want some slugs? Huh? What are we doing
here?
At
least have some sort of like holy water bullets or some shit. It was a
like,
regular fucking rifle that he shot a spirit with.
It's like that. You're like that. It's insane, man. Like
that makes people on the street think that if they fuck with spirits, they gonna just pull out their 9 milli.
Nah,
I wish a demon would, bro. I'm like, don't do that.
Bro, like, yo,
don't do that.
Hell no, man.
You ever did that, like them Candyman shits as a fucking kid?
Hell no,
like
man. Even as an adult, I ain't got the balls big enough to do that. Even as an adult, I do not have the balls big enough to do either of those motherfuckers.
But Bloody Mary shit.
It's like, yo, dig it. Like, why do you want to risk it? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, it's an urban legend. Do I want to be the one who it's like, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary? Don't even do it. Not doing the third one. But, and then, like, everything's cool. I'm in the mirror, and then I'm in my room playing video games, and something slaps my fucking headphones off. My door closed,
I'm here,
and I'm
bitch.
like, who's here?
Like,
and then I get a nice little breeze on my lip. Like, nah.
I've doven. Is doven? Doved? Divin?
Which one is that?
I don't fucking know.
The past tense verbiage of that word.
Of dive. It's dove, but dove.
I think it's dove. I don't dive in the dived. I dove.
I dove. All right. I dove deep into like occult shit at one point in my life. Remember when I did the Ouija board and all that shit? Never had the courage to do Bloody Mary or Candyman, bro. Never, bro.
Yo, bro, it's like, I mean, I tell people
that, bro. And I don't even think the movies do them justice.
I don't think, I mean.
Because the stories I hear in real life are a lot more scarier than the shit I see in Hollywood.
A lot scarier than the movies like show you. I think the scariest, even anything that handled that was Paranormal Activity 2. When the sisters, when the older sister, the one who's, followed in the first film.
Spoiler alert.
Who gives a fuck? They're like 10 years old at this point. They're 10 years old at this point. If you haven't seen them, get your life together. But if you watch them, you gotta know the frequency they go. But when they do the Bloody Mary, man, and something happens, and she does it with the dude's assistant, and like this dude's an older like adult, and he's the one who's freaked the fuck out, and he's telling him, he's like, yo, man, whatever you're doing, fucking stop. It's not a joke. Like, he's telling him, like, give me my shit. I'm leaving your house. I'm not working here anymore. Like, he's giving me all my shit. Like, and like, he's like, bro, like, what happened? Just tell me. And like, he's like, yo, just stop what you're doing. Like, he's telling him, like, it's not a game. And dude still wants to play.
People don't understand that shit is, it's real shit.
That shit's real shit, man. But the way, like, that movie shows, like, because it's like the first Paranormal Activity, the way, they presented it in that, found footage, style. And then, we find out.
It's like the Blair Witch Project.
And then they turn it into the whole franchise. That shit ended up like 6 films, bro.
The Blair Witch was lit, though.
Oh, the first Blair Witch, and then to see the way they did that, they purposely starved them, didn't give them food, like left them like alone, like with a little bit of food, a little bit of water, so that they really that snipping and shit, that arguing isn't like acting, like that's really like, well, what the fuck, bro? Like, what do you want from me? Like, that's really low food, low sugar, all that shit, like coming back to them.
Like, if you think that it's all bullshit, then let's take a trip. Let's go to one of these castles, bro. One of the most haunted houses in America.
Who says they think it's all bullshit?
It's an open challenge, bro. I'm challenging anybody out there.
So you're just issuing a challenge. He's out
here. You think the spirits are bullshit?
He's dropping a promo right now.
I'll take it to him. And it's
Like,
not
yo,
gonna
man,
be pretty,
I've seen
bro.
enough.
Fuck.
We've dealt with enough in our life, man.
I remember you telling me a story fucking years ago. Some dude like had his hand over his face or some shit like that.
Nah, the black face with the red eyes, man.
That shit.
That shit came at me, man. When I turned on all the lights in my crib, man, it scared the shit out of me. Like, it literally scared that. Like, yo, like, I mean, like, I woke everyone up. Like, I jumped out of bed. There's my room light, hallway light, kitchen light, living room light.
And let me tell the audience something. This is somebody who was getting paid to beat people up for a living.
That's what I was doing. I was a bouncer at that time already.
So
I was a bouncer for like 2 years
when you
already.
told me that you was scared shitless,
Like, I didn't
already
even
knew
want
it
to
was
go back in my
paranormal,
room
bro.
for a little bit. Like, I sat in the living room like, I don't know, man. Like, I honestly think I might have slept on the couch that night. I don't think I went back in my room. Like, I was just, like, I was freaked the fuck out. Like, yo, but even like all the things from when we were kids, I told you when I would stay up late at night, man, when on my days off, when I started the security shit because of like my sleep schedule, it fucked me up. I was working till 2, 3 in the morning. So when I'm getting off, I'm up late. So that would still fuck up my sleep pattern later in the week. So I'll be up late playing games in the living room, man. And like, even though I would have music on from the old PC, listening while I'm playing Madden or something, playing baseball, I would always feel like I heard shit like in the hallway behind me, bro. Like, and I mean, like, I heard like little like talking, chattering, whispering. And like, I would go put my ear to the door and nothing. Like, there were times like I swear I heard voices like literally at my door, outside my door, clear enough to make out like not clear, make out what they're saying, but that you could make out voices talking. And we could tell people talking on the first floor, second floor, our floor. Like, it sounded like they were right outside my door talking. Like, I couldn't make it out, but they were talking like low enough. And I went, put my ear to the door, and I fucking even peephole, nothing. Like, and that was the worst part, was like when I go to the people, I'm like, yo, I don't want to like something there, nigga. I fall back into the garbage. And
I told you a story about my dad. So when we was kids, I mean, we grew up in the church, so my mom would always enforce that we wasn't allowed to watch scary shit in the house because we're inviting demons to the house. So we was all getting ready to go to church, and my dad, he was still living in the house. He was watching like Poltergeist or some shit. And my mom told him, take that off. Like, ah. And this is during the time when we had the phone that you had to take it off the wall. And
the rotary
it
dial
clicked.
jump off.
So my sister Angie, she taped the pin down. The pin that latches. So after we leave for the church, my dad stays watching the movie. And the phone starts ringing. And he picks up the phone. And it keeps ringing. And we found him in the hallway. We found him in the hallway on the fucking staircase smoking a cigarette with his hand shaking. I was like, yo.
That is something.
Rest in peace to both of them, man.
Yes,
My
man.
dad and my sister.
Yo,
But
like that
shit
is
was
just,
funny, bro.
I mean, that's a great story to have, man. But I mean, that shit that would fuck me up, man. Like, that would mess me up. I mean, it's just.
And my mom used to do, my mom always did prayers for us right before we went to sleep when we was kids. So my brother goes and he brings home this Freddy Krueger doll that he found in the street. And he threw it under the bed without her knowing. And then she's giving a prayer one night. And she just screams mad loud. And she says something was going up her leg. So she's like flipping out, trying to figure out what the hell it was. As soon as she like lifts up the blanket, the Freddy Krueger doll was right there. We had to get rid of that shit next day.
Damn. Like, I remember, I remember, it was recently. He was there recently when we had to talk with my dad, when I was talking to him about it, man. And he was like, yeah, man, he said that's why he don't really fuck with scary movies. My dad, like, I never knew my dad didn't like scary movies. And because I feel like I've watched a few with him. And, like, now I think about it, they weren't really scary. They were more thrillers and shit. But, like, the actual scary, like, demonic horror shit, like, I can't say I've ever really watched with him. He told me, man, because he grew up like we did in the church. He grew up with J-Dub. And he said it, man. He was like, I just always felt, that shit's, sometimes bad energy. And he was like, he like his exact words to us that day were, I feel like if I stay on my side of the street and the devil stays on his side of the street, we won't cross unless I cross the street.
I'm playing Destiny and leave me the fuck alone.
It worked. That's only once. Like, it was like, well, I never knew him to think like that, man. Like, I was laughing about it, but I could see what he meant. I can understand it from my grandmother. She never watched horror movies or anything. She was involved in the church until her death.
You remember? I mean, you probably don't remember her, obviously, but my grandmother got killed in like '92, and then everybody went. We had to take everything out of the house and shit, and everybody took certain things. We took a weight set. We had a weight set. 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning every day. You hear clink, 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 like somebody's working out, bro.
Shit.
Like clockwork. And when I grew up, when I was growing up, I used to stay like. By the time I was born, my mom and my dad, they was already on the outs. So my dad used to sleep on the bunk bed. My brother had the top bunk, and I used to sleep in the bed with my mom. And all that shit was happening in the room that my dad was in. Clink, clink. I'll wake up in the middle of the night. I'm going to the fucking bathroom, and he's sleeping with his arms in the air, stiff in the air.
What, laying down or sitting up?
Laying down. And he's just like this. I'll go run to my mom. She'll look just like that. You try to wake him up out of that shit, he'll have a terror. When he's doing that shit, he's somewhere else. Like, the shit was real deep, bro. We used to see shit crazy, in the house all the time.
I remember you used to tell me, man, that shit's right, like, back to back our doors, man. Like, I mean...
Because my grandfather in Puerto Rico was, like, one of the biggest Satanists out there.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. There was times when it was, like, even when I come to your crib, like after school, your mom ain't home, everybody's dinner, it's just us, like, in the crib, we be in your room, you showing me a game or something. Like, even then, something, there'd be bad vibes. I don't want to say bad vibes, but, like, I feel like someone was looking at me sometimes.
It was so bad in my house that my mom... Like, every time I would get a collection of something, remember all them comic books I had thousands of comic books. She got rid of them shits. My baseball cards, she got rid of them shits just because of who gave them to me or where I got them or what was the context. Everything was energy that was being brought into the house. And that energy, she was real sensitive to that shit. She used to see shit all the time. Like, some people just got that.
Some people just
have that eye.
Susceptible, man. They call it, and some people, they call like it's a medical condition when, like, you're, like, more sensitive to, like getting sick. Something like immune, like, not like immunosuppressed or like compromised immune system, but like hypersensitivity. Like, you could get allergic to something easily or something, like some shit like that. Some people like that. I believe it could go the other way for shit like that, man. I told you after what happened, and me and your mom had that conversation. This is long after you left when we were on the outs, when we had the hiatus. I mean, and I know your mom hated the fact that I would burn, the smell of it. I told you that's why I even would smoke outside. Even I'm coming back in from burning, I got a nice clip in my pocket. I know I stink. And we were standing there talking for like a half hour, 40 minutes. And she gave me a hug after. Nigga. Your mother's never given me a hug in my entire life.
She's never got Nook's name right. She's been calling him Nicky for 20 years.
And I was just like, we spoke about it, and what she said, man, one thing I know about your mom, man, is your mom's a fucking fighter, bro. Like, what she said, like, what she'd been through, like, she said a lot, but she said enough for me to grasp, like, the context of it. And, like, she was like, I understand mental health. Like, it was one thing she told me. She stressed me, like, she understood mental health. We even spoke about us both needing to go, like, to see somebody at times, man.
She's still.
And that's people that and I tell people the most healthiest people are people that can admit they need the help and still go when they need it, bro.
She initially gravitated towards the church because of all the evil shit that was happening, because my family owns the land that we live on in Puerto Rico, and it's like some spooky ass shit. So you got the street level, then you got this huge driveway with a bunch of different houses. At the end of the driveway, it's down a hill. A little flat area, you got two houses. My aunt's house, my uncle's house. Another hill going straight down, and then it's a forest. So we had the forest. If you walk across that forest, you end up in another town in Puerto Rico. Apparently that patch of land right there was where my grandfather used to do seances and call out for demons to come out of the forest, bro. So after he died, my aunt was staying in the house. She was the one brave person that wanted to stay on the land. And she said she had my cousin Mima was with her, because my aunt's she passed away. But she said there was nothing but scratching all over the walls everywhere she went, and it got so loud that when she opened the door, she saw my grandparents walking up the hill. Mind you, they were both dead. And she grabbed the baby and she ran as fast as she could. By the time she got to the next town, she would go from like Sidra to like fucking Ponte or some shit. I don't know how the fuck far that shit is. But she ran, bro. And by the time she got there, she was so pale she passed out. Everybody had to go. They had to bless the land, do all this shit. And that land is still cursed to me. Fuck that.
Like that shit.
You will not catch me over there, bro. I'll stay at an
I read
Airbnb.
about that, how that shit lingers around, how like old land that does it's like the shit like they'll say like from Salem, from actual witches shit up there, like covens, like from when you had covens places, because they talk about Salem, but you have to realize, man, that a lot of the like when they came over colonists, a lot of shit came from over in Europe. A lot of them were inside that sect. A lot of them came over in the colonies. Like they talk about what's the one, the Lost Colony of Roanoke, like that was like a real shit. Like they actually do an American Horror story season on that.
When was it? Was it in 116 that you learned that this whole place was built on an Indian burial ground?
I believe so. I want to say I feel like it was Miss Silvers.
It was Miss Silvers. She
I
was the one
feel
that
like it was Miss Silvers that put us on.
And she,
Yo.
she was the one that told me the school was haunted.
School was one thing. 116 is haunted. I fully believe it. I've had 116. Like I told you that time when they pulled me. It was me, a couple other kids. We had some kids that got left back, that they were in your grade, then they got left back, ended up in 5th grade with me. You know who I'm talking about. There's like 3 of them.
Is one of them a white boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them lived up the block on Linden, and I can't remember who the other kid was. But they got left back. They put them in Miss Silvers' class for getting left back in Miss Garcia's class because, Miss Silvers is a hard ass.
That's the worst place to be left back.
Yeah.
So it's this class.
You gonna get. She gotta make fun. She made
It's
fun
like
of them for
Happy
getting
Death
left
Day,
back.
bro.
She called me a retard one time in front of the whole class, bro, for not agreeing with her opinion on something.
That lady, I mean, she did her job.
She did her job, bro.
But she was very militant for a 5th
more
grade
shit
teacher,
from
bro.
her than I did from like some teachers in high school. Like there was shit we did with her that she told us we'd never get again unless we went to college.
One thing that I never forgave her for was after she told the class, you remember that there was like that area in the back of the classroom?
That back closet room with the lights. Yo, bro, that room's haunted. I swear to God, that room's haunted. That room's haunted. That room's haunted.
She said that.
Yo,
she told us.
That's what this story is that I'm telling you right now. It's about that room.
That fucking room, bro.
Yo, one day, we were in, I don't know if we were in lunch or in gym. Or we were in lunch and some kids were up in the gym. And they were like, that was when they were letting some of the 5th grade kids pick and choose. You wanted to go to gym, lunch, or
and her
like
classroom was right across from the auditorium. That shit was right there.
Auditorium and the gym. So some of us were like, none of us were together. We were all spread out. I can't remember where. I think I was in the schoolyard. That room got trashed. They pulled me out of the schoolyard. I forgot who else was already in the principal's office. And they bring us up there. Who did this? We were in there. My mom was like, none of us did this. We were like, we were in like in school suspension for a few days. Like I don't feel like they told our parents or anything. And we all kept stressing. We were all like, none of y'all did this. None of us did it. It's like, what if, I can't remember.
They had all the AIM booklets.
It was like, what if it was a ghost?
Woo.
Caramel cappuccino.
Oh, nice.
Ooh wee.
Caramel iced latte.
Thank you.
With a little bit of foam on top.
Thank you.
This is the best. Thank you, Emily. And thank you, Danny, sir, for making these for us. There we get it. Oh. Here at First Live, you can enjoy these amazing handcrafted, caffeinated beverages and so much more. That's the stuff right there.
Bro, she locked me in that closet. She locked me in the closet.
That'd be traumatizing. That would be like when in Sixth
And I told my mom, and it was around this time that I ran away from home. I said, fuck this. I am not going there.
Yo.
And I ran away. Remember when they found me at Port Authority trying to buy a ticket to Atlantic City? I'm like fucking 10 years old. I'm going to AC. Harris, please.
Yo.
Do I get the bonus? They went. I had to get, I sat down with Mr. White.
I remember Mr. White, the assistant principal. Yo,
Mr. White's and Ms. White.
Yo, I fucking hated Miss White so much, man. She was such a bitch. I couldn't stand her. I'm sorry. Even as a kid, I hated her. As a kid, I hated her. To this day, I still hate her.
Mr.
I
White.
liked every other principal we had at every other school.
I thought that was some paranormal shit happening.
Mr. White's, man, when I would get in trouble, Mr. White would keep me out of trouble, bro. He understood. I was a little misunderstood. He understood I had a bad temper.
Him, bro.
He would still, like, if I got in trouble, but I would have to spend, like, the rest of the week in his office or some shit. I'd do all my work there. And, like, you know, he have to have other shit. I just have to stand there by myself and get work done. Like, it's almost kind of like sending a kid to solitary confinement almost, but
she, Miss Silvers, had demanded that the school not allow me back in until I go see a shrink. Like, bitch, you the one that locked me in the closet after telling me that it was haunted.
Yeah, yo.
While everybody else, and mind you, this was during the time that, you know, when nobody has nothing to teach and shit like that, that they'll play a movie or some shit like that. Movie time. And remember Mr. Granner?
Mr. Granner.
Woo! This shit's taking me back now.
Word, man.
Because he was doing live story reads. That was his job.
He was
just
like,
show up to and read books.
He was he was like the language arts teacher, but
was he?
We didn't have like a regular language arts curriculum.
It was like a
we were in elementary school, so he would come in every once in a while. I remember him though.
So I had to go see a therapist for 6 months around that. Guy's name was Jose Morales. I've been trying to get in contact with him. Found out he's retired now. I wrote him a letter. I don't think he wants to see me.
I know, sir. I remember your case file.
I said,
don't want to go back down that rabbit hole, so I'll refer you to an old colleague.
But then they allowed me back on the school, and then I think it was after that we did the Math Olympics.
You know, it was Mr. White who put me up for the math math Olympics, bro. He's the one who put me up, and he's even the one who brought me down there to the meeting that day. Cause I wasn't sure about doing it, and he's the one who walked me down there. Like, I was sitting by myself. I didn't know what to do, what was up, and you fucking.
We gotta find Mr. White. I hope he's still alive.
Me too. I kind of wouldn't mind seeing Miss Silvers, having a talk with Miss Silvers, because I honestly
we gotta make this a movie then.
She's honestly one of the teachers I could say, was influential in my life, even though she was a terrorist.
Why we talking about her now?
She's a terrorist in my life. She was a terrorist on our minds at a young age, but I can say she was very, very influential.
She was the Vince McMahon.
I don't have any
116.
teachers like that I can say I remember from 291. There was some memorable right teachers.
I remember Mr. Basalado.
We remember gym teachers. Mr. Not
Piccoli.
Huh?
Piccoli.
Mr. Piccoli. What's the one with the K? The gym teacher who was always
the
short
other
cop
one.
diesel motherfucker. Man, I can't remember.
The only reason I remember Piccoli is because he punched me in the face when I was having a fight with Christopher Byers in gym. Because we used to wrestle in the gym, and he gonna put me in a fucking headlock and keep me like that like for 20 minutes. I said, bro, as soon as you get off me, I'm gonna punch you right in your fucking mouth. And I did. And all the kids surround us.
Yeah, that was where a lot of the fights in school happened,
Christ.
And they never got reported to the deans.
No, because Piccoli was putting his hands on kids.
Man, the other dude, like, yo, y'all want to fight him?
That was his therapy. Because as soon as the fight broke out, I just see him just going through a sea of kids like this, and then he just whacked me. That's when I let Christopher Byers go. I told my mom she didn't do nothing. I'm like, yo, the teacher punched me in the face.
Man, we had wild, but I can't think. I mean, I can't remember his name. He was the 8th grade performance arts. Mr. Man, he was a huge Jets fan. He would sometimes record the Jets games on Sundays and bring them in, and we would watch them at lunch. Like,
what was
me,
the
him,
dean's
Calvin.
name with the Jerry curls from 291?
Oh shit.
Mr. Brooks.
Yo, Mr. Brooks, my nigga, that nigga, yo. Like, yo, you know how long that nigga was there? Craig and Lorenzo had him as
Bro,
dean.
my brother had him. So when I was getting in trouble and shit, you got a brother named Angel?
Yo,
Like,
one
yep.
thing, and that's why I didn't want to go to technology. The Betty and
I think
Lorenzo
Angie
were
had
both
them
in
too.
technology, bro. I did not want to. The one time I had a substitute that was from technology, she was Betty's 8th grade teacher, and she said something to me. We got into a disagreement, and she saw my name, and she's like, "I'll tell your mother." I was like, "Okay." My mother asked me what happened. I told her. And she's like, well, you didn't have to be like that, but you're allowed to do it. I was like, no, man, she didn't have to talk to me like that. And then try to say, like, I'm going to, no, man.
You know who doesn't get enough credit? Mr. Schreinermaker.
Mr. Schreinermaker, man. Music teacher.
He meant, yeah, he would give out 2 sticks. This is your instrument. And you learn how to play drums.
He made music with nothing. He made
music with
he
nothing,
would put
bro.
on concerts with very few instruments. The kids up there have the backing track, man, and just, we're going to do good with
We
this.
didn't have smartphones and iPods and none of that shit, bro. We were still in the cassette age. And he was the one, every like assembly, he'll play the national anthem and like, bro, he knows music theory.
Yeah.
And all he did was dumb it down so that first graders and second graders could learn how to play music too and feel a part of shit.
Word.
You don't want to do nothing? Just hold these 2 sticks. You want to play this? If you could teach you like legit music theory.
Yeah, I remember that, man.
Mr. Schreinermaker. Yo, we got to put all this shit on paper, bro,
Word,
and
man.
fucking like
remember
really
these
do a
names,
documentary
man.
or some
Like,
shit.
wow. I mean, it's just like I remember. Like I'm really trying to think like back to 291. Any teachers I
Mr.
could think.
Schwartz.
Mr. Schwartz, gym teacher. Yo, I was about to say, man, the parachute.
The parachute.
I used to love the parachute, man.
My dad smacked Mr. Schwartz in the face because I was getting beat up outside and he was doing nothing. This big ass kid named Mario in the gym class for some reason just tackled the shit out of me and started stomping me out. While all the parents are lined up around the gate to pick up their kids, we had outdoor gyms, so everybody's just surrounding the cage like we UFC. And I just hear my dad's voice, and he kicked the gate open, and he just whacked the teacher in the face. And then he grabbed me and smacked me.
Shit.
I was like, Jesus Christ,
Goddamn.
Dad. Thanks for the support. Not only did I just get my ass whipped by everybody,
You came in with my ass.
then you whooped my ass. But now I'm not even gonna be allowed to play parachute in gym next time because
you done fucked me,
said
man.
that
You
this
done
kid-
fucked me good.
he's gonna send me to Schreinermaker's class. So you're not
Oh,
allowed in
man.
the gym no more.
Yeah, man. I mean, but I'm really sitting here. I'm still trying to think, man. No, I'll name one from two. Well, you weren't in performing arts, so you didn't have him. But even he wasn't like Mr. Van Dyke.
I've heard of him.
He was an outside the box thinker. I'll say Ms. Johnson. They're both eighth grade English, 8th grade math. Ms. Johnson and Mr. Van Dyke had beef, but I give it to both of them because Mr. Van Dyke tried to. The kids couldn't understand math the way Ms. Johnson was teaching. She's teaching by the book, like, yo, I can't help you if you don't get this. She's like, I'm giving it to you the best way I can. He broke it down and dumbed it down more for people. And he's an English teacher. And then they were going to her class in, but he showed us to do it like this. Why can't we? And she's like, is he a math teacher or your English teacher? Like, they were actually bumping heads over that shit. But, like, I remember when, like, a few people failed, like, the math test or, like, they didn't get as high as they thought. And they going over questions, and she's showing them. And, like, there's one question I showed, like, I'm like, I remember I showed, and she was like, how did you get it right? Because I was, like, one of the only ones who did. And I showed what I did. And she's like, that's not the, like, answer. I was like, but I can't add those up. And... like, that answer's there, and I just figured they might make that same shit. I don't remember being taught how to fucking calculate a curve of something like that, so
Imagine
it's
now.
there. These two areas, like, it was like some shit. It was a weird question about concession stands in a football stadium,
Imagine
space.
that Common Core shit now,
Yeah.
bro.
And I was like, yo, I answered it, but those are two I can say, like, I really remember. 3 from 291, man. But
Who was the black teacher from Bushwick?
Mr. McCall.
No. The lady that was thick as hell.
Miss King?
Miss King.
Miss King. Yo, shout out, but real talk in Bushwick High School, man, shout out to the entire graphics department, man. Like, they were just
Mr. Cole.
Mr. McCall, Mr. Cole, Miss Cruz, Mr. Pahida before he left. God, I can't remember the guy. He ended up becoming a peace officer down at CUNY. I can't remember the guy. He's like our first year he was there.
You know why I like Mr. Cole?
He was
I never used to go to his class. But then it was around this time that I got into Photoshop and I realized that that's what they taught in the class. So I would go home and do my Photoshop stuff. And when I go to the class, everybody's doing basic shit. I'll make a triangle. Where's this thing? And I'm breezing through that shit. But I only went for like the last couple of months.
yeah.
And he still passed me. He said, yo, I don't know how you learn how to do this shit, but
Yo,
you doing it.
C Diddy, man. That's what me and Calvin used to call him to annoy him. C Diddy. Yo, like he was we would actually call. I can't even remember his first name now. Sometimes we'll call him by his first name and really piss him off. But he would let us know, like we had like he had we had to do the attendance cards every first semester, first day back, and they would also mark. He wouldn't do attendance on it, but he would use them to mark our. Well, we'd been dicks in school. He had his red pen. Yo, being dicks in class, me and Calvin, bro. And we still got like 85s, 90s, 80s. And he would tell us, bro, like, you guys would have got 100,
Calvin.
but your red marks, like, this. It was like, me and that dude, we were together since 8th grade, me and Calvin, bro. Like, we would just, by high school class together, we were dicks, man.
Well, McCall was a Cowboys fan, right?
Yeah, McCall, Cowboys, Eagles, Yankees. No, Cowboys, Lakers, Yankees. Fucking me and that dude.
We used to get into it over
We get into it over everything, bro. Like no one shit on the Mets or my fandom of sports teams more than him, bro. Like, and there was so many times. Me and him made so many bets like in high school, and it was the same bet every time: bacon, egg, and cheese, and a Snapple. Same bet every time. Like it was the times I won it, like I would always double or nothing. Like I would always want to run it, and eventually lose. Only a few times I collected, but like I paid him his like I remember one time I was the only one like who kept saying the Panthers would like make it to the Super Bowl, and even when the Panthers made it, he asked me, "Yo, you still want to keep rolling it?" And I would have gotten like a week of breakfast. I was like, "I'm gonna roll it," and the Panthers lost. Like I remember I beat him when the Jets beat the Raiders to make it to the playoffs. But then they had to fly back out the next week, and I'm like, yo, roll it. The Jets going to beat them again. Jets had the game won, and this idiot gets the fucking penalty for roughing the passer, and then the Jets lose the game.
When his team loses, he was in a shit mood all day long, bro. Like, you couldn't get that man out of funk.
Oh, man, yeah. When the teams would lose, man, like we would know, like, all right, we can't beat Jets.
So,
but
before last week's controversial episode, we had Tinsty and Renee on.
Yes.
And I wanted to, because technically First Live owns this footage, I wanted to see if we could pull this shit up. Why is this shit not playing like this? How do you full screen this, Danny?
Full screen button?
Matter of fact, let me see if I could go. I'm going to go on to the... I'm going to go directly to the Vimeo to see if I could pull this up full screen. Because I saw a piece of it. I didn't see much.
I saw a little bit of it, man. And I saw a little bit of some of the ones from this week that passed, man. But I'm going to admit I've been slacking.
So, look at that. Oh, shit. So, is there music playing, Danny?
Yeah.
There is, but we can't play it without getting deemed.
Oh, okay. So let's just give a quick voiceover, play-by-play. Look at this shit, bro. If you could, if this was like a meme and you could add any song to this to match what they're doing, what song you think?
Actually, you know what song? You know what this is? They might be pissed when they see this. You know what this reminds me of? And I just saw what movie it was from and who it was who did it. A lot of people make fun of it. And Reservoir Dogs, I think it is, when he's torturing the guy and he's walking with the knife. What's his name? Not Michael Madsen. You know the actor I'm thinking of. Fuck. The guy he did. He was the dad in Free Willy, I think.
Jesus Christ, bro. How the fuck I'm supposed to remember the dad from Free Willy? Have we ever even spoken about watching Free Willy?
No. I mean, but I remember Free Willy as a kid, man.
I don't remember that shit.
What's the dude's name? I'll tell you his name right now. What's his name? Yeah, it is Michael Madsen.
Yo, they going in right now, bro.
This dude.
You know what this reminds me of? Oh, yeah. He was in Kill Bill.
Yeah, he is in Kill Bill. It's the Tarantino movie, Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
And it's like for all of them, because that's the one with like Mr. Pink, Mr. Black, Mr. Whatever. They robbed the bank. I know that part or whatever. And it's like he's like there, and it's like he's like the song is playing like I remember from the End of American Dad. I'm like, yo, what movie's that from? Like it kind of reminds me of that scene.
You remember Michael Keaton's Batman, the first one, with Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say not the one with Penguin. I'm about to say, have
So-
you ever danced with the
so-
devil in the pale moonlight?
When Jack Nicholson is in the art gallery and he's painting all of the white faces, the statues and shit like that, that's what this shit reminds me of.
Yeah,
Whatever song was playing in that shit.
that was. I feel like that was Prince.
Contest, I'm not.
That was some type of Prince. I feel like
Another song would be, Lady, hear me tonight, cause my feeling is just so.
you know, I've thrown
Look at
people
them.
out to that song.
right now, bro.
I have thrown
Yeah,
people
they're
out
breaking it
to that
down.
song.
They are having the time of their fucking
Like,
lives, bro.
it's so funny, man. Sometimes when people like bring up songs, and I just think I remember that playing in the background, tossing somebody out of the spot.
So the name of it was Aqueous Isolations. That's what it is. I was gonna say Aqueous Transmissions, but that's the goddamn Incubus song that I keep referencing. Did you get to watch Kevin Daniel?
I saw some of Kevin Daniel. You know, I have a very.
Would we
short
get
attention.
flagged for playing a bit of that?
I'm totally honest with people, man. I have a very short attention span. For something to keep my attention for a very long time, and even like right now,
Look at the setup.
like I saw like he had the whole band set. That was actually dope.
I gotta find out where he buys his hats, bro. I think that's the spot right over the bridge. There's like a Jewish store that they sell nothing but those types of hats.
I mean, but those hats are fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Those ain't,
My
I mean,
dad used to buy his hats there. And I remember he paid like fucking $300 for one of them.
I mean, my dad used to like buy his leathers down there. My dad was talking the other day, man. He's like, "Yo, man, you don't get it like you used to, man. You could go to these places that had like the old stores that sold leathers, that sold like Sherlins. Like you could go get a nice like wool blazer or like a nice wool 3/4 coat." My dad was talking about it the other day, man. Like it's crazy, man. When I tell people like a lot of those blazers that I wear through the fall, like that I wear with a hoodie underneath, like a lot of those used to be my dad's. The only ones that are mine that like I purchased were like the corduroy ones, and he brought me a few like for Christmases years ago.
They got
Like,
the
when I was
shirts to match it too.
Huh?
They got the shirts to match it. The fucking guitar strap is matching the entire thing. Just look at the production value here.
And
At
Kevin
first
says
line.
hello, by the way. Kevin says hi.
Kevin says hi.
Kevin says hello. Hello to you, Kevin, man.
How you doing, brother?
Well, I mean, when he was here, he remembered being on the show a couple years ago.
What was the name of the song?
Xanax, cocaine, and whiskey are the things that I like. I'll never forget that, man. Like, because he
Yeah.
put it together so fast, and that shit was like had us dying, man. That
Yo,
was a fun one.
You guys really did turn the back room into that Radiohead in basement like studio.
Like that back there,
That was
man.
your
it's just
idea.
Like, it's like
That
it-
shit
there's
is sex right there, bro.
that is a great spot for intimate, like you know how they do it, like the AOL session. They used to do the AOL sessions, like they do those acoustic sets.
Hi, we're Bud and Roach, and this is Sessions at AOL.
Hi, we're Bud and Roach, and this is Sessions at First Live. Get your shit done right.
Sessions at First Live. We might have just coined a new phrase here. I'm glad we got it recorded.
Yeah. No one tried to trademark that before us and say they thought of it as their intellectual property first. We will have this timestamp because this is live.
Yo, the setup back there is fucking incredible, bro.
That's amazing.
We have not played together as a band in 4 months, and I cannot tell you how excited we are to be able to play with real gear on real instruments with each other in a distance where we are.
You guys see it right there. If you guys want to be a part of the goddamn movement, you got to go to 30 days to rock.
And one of the ways that you can
dot
keep
us.
this sort of thing going is by
And
This
you'll
is
get all
fun.
the information you need. You can donate over there. Once again, this is all a fundraiser. All a fundraiser to help raise funds for First Live Studio and for the acts that have been performing that, you know, most of them lost their regular stream of work and then their second stream of income from performing live in venues because venues are still closed. So they got the double whammy.
You know, a few weeks ago, when we was plugging Jesus Knievel, we kind of both gave our assumptions as to what kind of music it was, and the video's up. So you wanna
Jesus
unveil
Knievel.
this?
Let's see what was Jesus Knievel. Let's get this one.
Let's see what the hell kind of music this is, because we spoke about it. These guys. This was on Sunday. I didn't even realize this shit was on Sunday.
I had a terrible fucking hangover. What day was that? That was Saturday, Friday? What day did I have that hangover?
Bro, I have a hangover every day. You can't ask me.
Yeah. Fast forward a little bit.
I can't monitor your hangover when I'm monitoring my own.
4 minutes, 3.
Yep.
Following 3 minutes. Oh, wait.
So we got to.
What was best?
A little known fact. My dad's cousin Marcelino was one of the warriors in the movie Warriors. So what was it that we said? Do you remember what your guess was? Because I said it was like, did you say metal?
Yeah.
I said it was like most post-hardcore.
What would that be? What would that be considered?
That's not metal. It could be. It sounds more hardcore. So this is the kind of the music with breakdowns. See, now you got like there's a whole subculture of moshing and shit like that, and they have different dances and shit like that. This wouldn't be considered in the same genre as a Metallica. This is more like Unearth. Those are like post-hardcore bands. Yeah, this is definitely not. This ain't metal.
I'm not gonna sit here
very
and lie, man. I
metalist.
think some of the milk's disagreeing with me right now.
Were you feeling sick?
Nah, not yet. I'm just going down, digesting it. I'll come around.
Yeah, these guys. I love that fucking guitar, bro. So like a Les Paul, Epiphone Les Paul.
Oh, what?
And it looked like an Epiphone Les Paul. Again, look at the fucking production value you get here at First Live. Whose idea was it to get that over drum shot?
I would guess the guy who gets wicked on the drums.
'Cause that shit was sex.
I'm gonna guess he saw that they had the drum set up and he's like, I need to get that. That's my realm.
See, we gotta get hats like this. Seems
Like
like-
another hat, like that's crazy. Danny, are you providing these hats?
he's a hat distributor.
Danny's the hat guy on the low. He's the hat distro.
Do you have First Live hats?
No, not at the moment. I have First Live T-shirts.
Got First Live t-shirts here at First Live Studio.
Here at 219 Central Avenue,
You guys already know.
Bushwick, Brooklyn, 11221.
So we were both kind of right, because this was like kind of metal, kind of hardcore, somewhere in between. But with those hats, just changed the entire direction.
Yeah, man. You know what's crazy? You said hats. Just made me think of, I'm looking at yours. Obviously, I wear a hat every day. Obviously, once again, shout out Tony's Pizza. 443 Knickerbocker Avenue, right?
Yes.
Bushwick, Brooklyn.
Talk about what happened on Sunday.
Oh, yes. I'll talk about that. You couldn't make it. You had family plans. But Sal had hit us up and told us, that actually, I have, I think it's called the Clean Up Bushwick Initiative, if I'm not mistaken, is the name of the group.
Mind you, the night before,
The Bushwick Cleanup Initiative.
it was all about Maria Hernandez Park, what we call Knickerbocker Park.
Knickerbocker, actually, they were on all of Knickerbocker Avenue starting from Green
the whole
to
strip?
South. There were people over there. I told you I didn't see it till I got home because I was tired. My back hurt. I almost didn't make it because I told you the full story. I told my mother I hurt my back reaching over. But I gave you the full story to reaching over and what occurred to how I hurt myself. And I told you, like, I couldn't even, like, I was stuck in place. Like, I told you, like, it was like a baby, like, trying to get up and then trying to figure out how to walk. Like, I couldn't even stand up straight for a little while. And I told you, I even had to do something I don't like, and it was take medication right after smoking, to, make the pain, shit start kicking in like that. But I walked down on Wilson because I didn't feel like walking on Knickerbocker or bumping into anybody. I was tired, and not being around people was like it'd be a quicker walk away from everybody. And when I turned, I didn't see anything like this way, so went right to the park. It took me a little while. I told you I didn't find I couldn't find the people who was organizing it because they were helping do shit. But I saw people had pickers, bags, gloves. So I asked them around. Eventually, I saw a parks worker. She directed me to where they were. She knew exactly where they were and who they were. So she took me over to them. I told them, I was told, by our buddy that you guys were out here helping do this. So I said I'd give my time. Where you need me? What do you need help with? And she was like, hey, we don't have pickers, but if you're okay, we have gloves and, bags if you're all right with just picking up some of the, paper and shit with your hand. Like, that's cool.
Pickers are the
Nah,
sticks?
they had not the sticks. They had the clamp-ons.
Ah.
So they could get more shit. First off, when I got there was people spread all over the park. I saw people, different groups of people looking, helping out, doing their thing. What I saw when I was walking around the park, though, when I saw what where the basketball courts are, like the asphalt, old
Towards Irving?
softball field towards Irving, that side, how even like closer to the Willoughby side, how fucked up like the street was, man. Not the street, but how much shit was over there. And it was,
I told you the night before, I'm driving up Knickerbocker. I look at everything, and Brennan was like, "Holy shit!"
like it was
Everybody was out there like it was fucking Miami, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then like just the amount of garbage left over, you saw shit. It was wild, man. It's like, and like I saw it, like, and the thing was like, I say seeing what I saw when I got there when we were done was very, I want to say at least soul refreshing night. At least I was like, we did something good here. But I was also thinking,
It's gonna be
how long is it gonna last?
Yeah,
like I was like, by
2
that
days
night,
tops.
they probably,
2 days tops.
It's probably right now back to looking like it was that day. But I will say the people that were out, everyone did their hand, pitched in, and after like the park was good, like they saw some of the people I was with, so like outside the park was still fucked up. There's a lot of trash there. We still had bags. So I was like, yo, we're here for another hour. You want to do it? I was like, fuck it. I carried the bag from there, picking shit up and recycling, and then just dropped it off. And then I didn't know that they were like helping over there because Sal had told me that they've been here because of sanitation cuts with garbage pickup, garbage building up over there, like
Yeah.
in the plaza, where they have set up, and it's not just them being affected. You got all the other people there, and then that leads to rats, and then rats already acting crazy in the city because food scarcity is the same.
Jumbo rats.
Yeah, they're saying rats are like jumping on people's tables at some of these restaurants, running across people's feet.
They've been starving for
Yeah.
4 months.
Yeah, man. So it's not a good look. He was explaining some of that to me. So
Bro, imagine all the rats in the city start attacking people.
that's wild.
Like they just said, "Fuck it."
I don't know. It wouldn't be a far-fetched thought if they get hungry enough. And just I didn't know they were down there. I would have walked back down Knickerbocker if I knew that. But I was so drenched in sweat. I told you, like I wore my safari pants to keep my a pair of safari pants to keep my legs from like getting too hot or too crazy.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to wear shorts doing that and get bit up. Not be in the park in that grass or anything. I wore a T-shirt.
Fucking bug in that
And
part.
my T-shirt, bro, when I got home, I could have wrung the sweat out of it from how hot it was. And even I usually say I don't tan that
Well, that's good, though.
When I got home, I saw like, oh shit, like I tanned, like a little bit.
You know what I want to start doing? I want to start going to a sauna. I feel like rich people do that shit. Like if you drink, especially if you drink, you want to sweat out the bullshit, and you don't want to be running and being active, bro. Sit in the fucking sauna, bro. I'll sit in the sauna for 20 minutes, sweat out what I did yesterday.
Shit, I mean, but yeah,
It's not
but
gonna
the-
do much for my cardio, but
Nah, but the just like in general though, but it was crazy to do that and see the way it was over there, man. And even like just I would say this, man, because I'll say in the fresh air fun, being in New Hampshire, I'll say being in New England in general because we went to other places, but there are places upstate where like the littering, shit like that, like the shit we see out here, people just toss to the curb, toss it on the street.
it's unheard of.
Not wait to look for garbage to find the actual place to put it. It's unheard of. Like it's not done. Like people that do that are like this. Like you get your
'Cause
vile.
people don't give it. You know what I hate? I hate the people that be like, and I know people like this, that they'll throw shit on the floor and then they'll be like, "Oh, I just created a job. I'm giving somebody else work. I'm helping people pay their bills." No, you're being an asshole.
Nah, you're being a dick, bro. Like I'll hang on to like a plastic bottle. Like if I'm out in the street and I have to get that, and I don't see a garbage, like I'll hang on to it. Like even when I be on the train, bro. Like I told you, I would get the like with last year, like before going to work, so I eat something healthy. I get like a fruit salad from the little
But
stand.
what we did the other day though, I thought we was going down the wrong street for a little while, bro. Because we kind of did something similar to what we're just judging right now. But at the same time, that looked like we was about to get got, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the fuck street this
That
is. I
wasn't
don't know why
none-
this GPS is taking
Took
me
us
down
there. That
this
didn't
route.
feel like a street. That felt like the beginning of a fucking Tarantino film.
I felt like some guy with a bat wrapped in barbed wire was just
I
gonna
feel like
stand
I'm
in the
about to
middle
be
of
in
the
an
street.
iconic Scorsese scene, like
fuck
going
is
down
going
that
on,
street,
bro?
man.
I never even heard of that place before. Like, what the fuck? And what were we next to?
I have no idea what
Like,
that
I don't
was.
even know where the fuck we are, bro.
Was that like the train tracks that we were next to? Like that?
I don't know.
I don't think that's what that was.
I don't know, bro. But for that 25 seconds, 30 seconds that we was driving down that strip, my ass was like this. It's just like, yo, we got to get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, man. At least we didn't get got, man. At least we didn't get got. But
Last thing
that
we
was a
need, bro.
suspect ass street if I ever seen one, man. But it's just,
That was, yeah, it would be perfect for a music video if we could find it again.
I mean, it was right there. You can find that shit again easy.
I don't even remember. I don't remember.
I mean, we left. What did we do? Go that day? We
Where
were Best
we-
Buy
where-
and we were coming back.
No,
to,
we was in Home Depot. So when we pulled out of Home Depot, because we went to Best Buy while we were still parked in Home Depot.
Home Depot. We left Home Depot.
So when we went, we're gonna have to like, I'll figure it out. But I'm
Not
not even
driving
sure I
around.
want to go back.
You know, you don't want to get whacked. You want to get
That
rubbed
shit-
out.
That looked like the block. You know what it looked like? It looked like when Joe Pesci gets killed at the end of Casino. It's just like you're taking us to a cornfield
You don't even
in the middle of the hood, bro.
I give you one. It looks like
what the fuck is
it
this?
looks like a block on the area where Joe Pesci was killed in Goodfellas. Oh man, yo, you know what's fucked up?
And then
I
right
told
after
you that,
that,
day.
right after we drove
Goodfellas
past where
Diner.
he's,
yo, I'm so sad to see the condition that diner's in, man. Because I mean, it's dilapidated now. There was a fire there a few years ago, and I don't know if they condemned it or they just the people who owned it never did their work. But now it's just like there's a bunch of like fucked up vehicles parked there. It's all boarded up,
yeah,
graffiti.
but what about the realtor showing the Casablanca
Oh man,
on Elliot? Like, yep. Don't mind the red sauce. That was just spaghetti.
that was funny, man. Like when we
That was spaghetti.
oh yep,
Trust
2
me.
years ago. Oh, almost 2 years to the date, bro.
What?
Goodfellas Diner catches fire, June 12th, 2018.
Damn.
You ever been? You ever seen you've seen Goodfellas before, Danny, right?
Everybody's seen Goodfellas.
No, don't. You know what? I'm gonna say no. Everyone hasn't seen Goodfellas. You know who hadn't seen Goodfellas? My fucking girlfriend.
She's never seen Goodfellas.
She hadn't ever seen Casino. She's never seen The Departed. She's never seen Heat. Yo,
What
there's
the
some
fuck movies was she watching?
Disney movies.
Oh
She
my
loves
God.
Disney movies. She's a girly girl. She's a girl's girl.
Jesus Christ. You know what? I'm not gonna front. Disney Plus is hot because I watch that shit all the time.
But yeah, man.
But to not watch Casino, like you got to do your research.
Yeah, but no, let me tell Danny about Goodfellas Diner. You know that diner where Ray Liotta and Bobby De Niro are at, where they're waiting for Joe Pesci to get made, where they're waiting to get the call, where he when Robert De Niro goes out and he calls them up and they're
On the
like,
payphone.
he's not here. You know, it didn't work out. You know, some one thing happened. You know, it's not here anymore. And you know, then he's getting it like, yo, they took it as a chance to kill the nigga, like before he got made, because once he becomes made, you can't
whacked
hit him. So you know, the people
And when
wanted
he
to take
opened the
chance.
door,
He knew. He's like,
He
what
knows.
the fuck?
so where Robert De Niro was slamming the fucking payphone, we drove by that shit. That shit's
That
right there.
diner's right
fucking-
there. The diner's like maybe
off Grand?
15 minutes from here.
It's closed down, though, right?
Huh?
It's closed down.
Yeah, it's
burned
closed down.
down.
There was a fire there 2 years ago, June 12th, 2008.
Sounds suspicious to me, huh?
Yeah, you know what?
Little suspect.
Between that spot and Casablanca, I'm sure the wise guys are out here heavy. Because I'm telling you, that Casablanca shit, I used to hear stories about that shit all the time, bro. And we was just driving by there, and I pointed out, like, yo, this Casablanca, remember this shit? And we saw a realtor showing that shit.
Word.
To,
Hey, word. You
like,
know what's
bro,
crazy? And we both
don't
knew.
mind the bodies downstairs.
Yo, we both told him to. Yo, we both looked at us like, yep, that's a realtor showing them the space. You didn't have to look at it. Like, yo, in the middle of goddamn Middle Village in that weather, you have out of state plates, and you're all dressed like that. You're showing that space.
Well, how about
Hey, there's a funny
First
smell
Live
coming from the
I remember
version
I
2?
told
Man,
you
what do
what
you
Falco
think?
told me too. One time, the one time he ate there, he's like, I can't confirm or deny, but he was like, in the movie, how you see in the movie, there's the big guys, the big plates of pasta, and then stuff tucked in, and you're like 100% sure they're organized. He's like, it was like that.
Hey, did Bobby come back with the Stromboli? Yeah. Hey, no, he got the, things got a little fishy. Fishy how? Bro, I don't even want to be around for those conversations, bro.
I don't ever want to hear one of those conversations. If I ever hear one of those conversations start, bro, I'm just walking the other way. Like I don't want
Because
to.
the way they whack you, bro, they don't give a fuck. Like, they'll pop you right in the back of your fucking head, bro.
Close casket.
That shit is
See, your mama
ruthless,
can't even look at you, bro. Like
organized mob.
some of the shit they do, bro. Like it's, yo, man. Like
The organized mob, bro.
Like, bro, like it's fun. It's wild, man. Because I told you I've been watching Narcos. I finished Narcos season 3 and then move on to Narcos Mexico. But yo, like when they got to the Cali cartel, like they showed, like you all know about how Pablo Escobar do it. Like he spray everybody. Like he don't care. You want one, he gonna spray 10 to get you. But like,
But these are like guns, right?
yeah,
I'm worried about the people that walk around with machetes too.
Yeah,
giving
like-
people Colombian neckties and shit
like,
like
bro,
that,
like
bro.
they showed it. Like they said, the Cali cartel,
That
the
shit.
people that replaced them when they would kill when they would kill people, they wouldn't like put you on display to leave a message. They want you to disappear. So they called it, like I think they said it, Colombian fish food. They would take them to like whatever that river was somewhere in Cali. Whoever, after they killed them, they would wrap their bodies in barbed wire and toss them in the water, so that they weigh their body down also, so that you would start to bloat up. And as you bloat up, you're underwater, the barbed wire will cut you up and
Oh my God.
pieces just.
Jesus
pieces.
Christ, bro.
And the fish, the animals, that was like, yo, and I saw it, I was like, holy shit. I was like, holy shit. Like, fuck Narcos. Like, nah, man. Like, I always say it, man. I always make the jokes. Like, I make that joke frequently, but, like, I need everyone to know it's a fucking joke. Like, I never want to be involved in that business at all, bro. Like, the shit that, like, you read, like, even, like, yo, like, the,
Yo, that
like,
just blew my mind.
like,
bro.
yeah, we talking about that, man. But, like, the shit that they say the Mexican cartels do, man, like, fuck that shit, man. I would never get involved in any type of business that involves me to get involved with you guys.
It's
I,
just like
I respect your,
there's no rules.
I respect your
Literally.
entrepreneurship. You guys have, I mean, you have to look at them. It's kind of like in the first Harry Potter when he gets his first wand, and the story about if you know Harry Potter, everyone, this is gonna be another spoiler alert. So if you ain't read it, ain't seen them, that's on you. They're older than Paranormal Activity. Is like that they have the twin cores. Him and Voldemort's wands, after he gets his wand, have twin cores, and they only came from the tail of Phoenix, and it only came from one Phoenix, which was Dumbledore's. So their wands are like essentially brothers, and the wand maker tells you, like, the story in Harry Potter is the wizard doesn't choose the wand chooses the wizard. So you could try as many you looked aesthetically, but until
It's like Avatar.
yeah, like that, some shit.
Was it Avatar? Yeah, it was Avatar.
So, like, it's like that. But then they're talking, he's like, Lord Voldemort did many great things. Evil, yes, but great. And, like, people, they don't look at that, like, and understand what they meant, bro. Like, there's people, like these, like, the way that some of the ingenuity they've used, engineering, some of the shit they've done
Yeah.
with, like, not a lot of materials or not a lot of, like, experience on shit, bro. It's crazy. And you have to look at it. It's like engineering almost like from nothing. Some of the shit, like when they built those subs. How do you build submarines to transport drugs? Like little narco subs. These tunnels, like how they went from these rudimentary tunnels that would cave into now these intricate tunnel systems with ventilation systems, like trolley systems to run drugs, run cash back and forth under the border, directly under your feet, under the government's feet, under the U.S. government and the Mexican government's feet. How?
That's crazy. But it's organized.
It's organized, and
It has to be organized.
it has to be organized. But again, it comes back to what I just said to Lord Voldemort. They've done some great shit, bad shit, but some of the shit they've done, you look at it, it's just, yo,
The
that's
ingenuity is
the
self-explanatory.
engineer, like to just see the shit they've done, man. You just got, yo, like are you gonna beat us here, or we're gonna figure out a way to get it past you here? Like, you're gonna get there, we're gonna be like, either if they want to keep doing what they're doing, they have to keep evolving, man. And I'm not saying any of it's right. There's gonna be some backlash probably from this. I'm not glorifying what they do because that shit we see it all the time, man. But I just like
They
you
know
have
how to
give 'em
build
credit.
shit.
They know how to build, man.
They know how to build shit, and where there's a will, there's a way. And if you look at the tunnel that Andy Dufresne did in fucking Shawshank Redemption, that shit, he was locked up for like 7 or 8 years, just chiseling away at a fucking tunnel behind a poster in the wall, bro. He escaped. You got the dude, Warden. Guy ended up blowing his brains out because all his fucking bullshit just got leaked. I was like, yo, you look at what he did, everybody be like, oh, but that guy escaped prison. So he did something great. He showed you what rocks do when you crumble them with a small hammer, bro. He escaped with a small hammer.
It's crazy, man. You have to.
And you see these World Star videos now where you see people, yo, they ripped the toilet off the floor and it was just a direct hole to the outside. And I saw like 20 people just jump down that shit. It was like some prison in Venezuela or some shit like that.
It's wild, man. How some of shit be happening, man. It's wild, man.
Where
It's
there's
like
a will, there's a way.
how they said, who was it? El Chapo in Mexico. He escaped twice. One time they had him like under crazy custody, man. He got out twice. He escaped. Like, man, it's like, I mean,
You know, you said something
Even
on
there
the
was homie-
podcast before
go ahead.
about how George Floyd was like a snuff film that 10 years ago you would have had to go on like the deep web to see. Back in the day, before YouTube was like as big as it is, I had a subscription to this website I told you about a million times, documentingreality.com. This is when I first started seeing people get their heads blown off, fucking Colombian neckties, somebody's spine just got ripped out.
Jesus.
And more often than not, that shit was cartel related, bro. All this shit from south of the border, it's crazy, bro.
Like, I mean, it's like, yo,
Crazy.
it's wild, man. Like, I've seen
that
videos.
shit you
Like,
told me with the barbed wire, that's just still in my head, bro.
like, I saw a video, man. Like, one of the dudes at work had showed me. It was like, yo, they said, like, it was like something, they're speaking Spanish. I don't know where it was. Like, say he stole, and, like, they caught him. And, like, dude just unloading, like, a 45 from point blank range in this dude's head. From point blank. And he reloads. And, like, yo, like, it's like, goddamn. Like, he's dead.
He's dead.
dead, buddy.
At this point, that's just
Like, yo, but I saw that shit. I'm like, God,
overkill.
like, goddamn, like, why? Like, I was just like, fucking A.
And
Like,
I don't know
no.
why I was a fucking subscriber to that shit and poisoned my mind with that shit, bro.
It's like when kids would be like, yo, it's like I told you, I never went to rotten.com. Like, that was like kids our age,
Yeah,
like in
it
that
was-
like era, like everybody, like, yo, you ever been to rotten.com? The guy who stepped out the helicopter and, you know, you can see the Tupac all the time. Like, what do I want to see that shit for? Like, explain that to me. And that was before I was squeamish, man. Like, now, like, you were there, man, when that episode of fucking 1,000 Ways to Die fucked me up.
Where the lady was chewing on her
Chewing
hair.
on our hair. Yo, how many episodes of that? We watched seasons of that before that episode, and we had watched that episode before. We took that one part of that shit, and when we was stoned, that shit messed me up for
So the lady,
life.
some backstory. The lady, she has this addiction where she's like, she keeps chewing on the tip of her hair. Like she'll bundle up her hair and just chew on the shit. And she got all that hair just stuck in her stomach. And when they pulled that shit out after she died, because she died, like, so what was it? That she couldn't breathe or she couldn't fucking eat? Or that shit just backed up?
She couldn't eat, like, because the hair didn't dissolve, so she wasn't allowed to eat. It was like a compulsive disorder. She was eating her hair, but, like, the hair didn't dissolve, right? So, like, she just had, like, the ball in her stomach. Like, it's...
She had a fur ball in her fucking stomach that was stopping her fucking...
It was a tough watch, and that just... That
You threw up, right?
I think I threw up, and then I had to, like, I was still watching it. I had to go sit in your room until it was over. I was like, I don't know. I can't watch it. I haven't been able to watch it anymore. We used to watch those shits like, yo, these motherfuckers are stupid. Like, and I go, like, we saw some wild ones, man,
There
in
was
that
this-
one.
The dumbass that was, he was a sword swallower, and he tried to swallow an umbrella, and then he opened the fucking umbrella.
Dude, like,
What a fucking
were you
idiot.
there, the dude who taped the sausage to his leg in the club with the tight jeans? And he cut off circulation and killed himself. Like, he wanted to, like, look good, so his nigga wore skin tight, like, stonewashed jeans, taped the sausage to his leg. And no, not taped it, or like rubber band, however they said it, but like it caused because of tight jeans and him like cut off circulation and like got blood clot and died. Travel just already died like in the club.
What a
Like, he
dumbass.
walking around wanting people to like chicks like show chicks feeling on like it like grabbing like rubbing his nuts or something like giving him a little bit of a pocket rocket love or something.
It was one of the people that died because they died from what do you call a liquor overdose?
Alcohol poisoning.
They got alcohol poisoning because they was pouring bottles of vodka into a funnel directly in their ass.
That's just crazy.
You heard of that shit, right? I saw it on there's a show called My Strange Addiction. We did a podcast on that shit where the lady was doing the coffee enemas with her and her husband, where they stick a funnel in their ass and just pour mad coffee in there just to get a buzz. They both got jobs working from home because they got embarrassed doing this shit out in public. But why are you gonna go on fucking national TV and talk about it, dumbass?
Like, you know what I mean?
Fuck is wrong with
Like
you?
I just had that. I mean, it's crazy, man.
You gotta have a lot of time on your hands to be like,
I mean, butt
I wa-
chugging, man. That's a thing. Like they call it, like kids butt chugging beer, man. Like it's a thing. Like it skips and goes like directly to your liver. But that's how you get like you die from alcohol poisoning, like because it's not being filtered. Like that shit go through your blood, get
so if
filtered.
beer will fuck you up, imagine fucking 90 proof fucking vodka.
Nah, man, these kids is crazy.
Straight
man. Like,
white
people are
white.
nuts. Nah, man, like there's just certain
Fuck that,
shit that
bro.
I wouldn't even consider. Like, just no.
I've never sat home and be like, I wonder what this beer would feel like in my ass.
Like it's like the same people. It's like where they crush up like Percocets or something. They like put it like same, like they call it boofing. Like Velo was like he was working with kids and shit like at risk youth, and he was like some of them that had drug problems like would boof them and like that. And I mean, what's funny is it's a story from work because it came up during the what the fuck he just said?
That's you, right? What happened? You got a threatening message?
Wait, I don't know what they're saying.
Who's saying what?
My brother said, "Do it, and I'll tell Alex you're looking for a new best friend." LOL. What is he talking about? I have no idea. What time these idiots start talking?
Oh, these are.
Nah, this is
is-
like I'm getting text messages.
So this ain't GSF chat?
Nah. I have no idea what he's talking about. I don't know.
I think he's talking about butt chugging. Is he watching right now?
I guess so. But they I have no idea. But there's a story at work, and it happened during the Brett Kavanaugh shit. They were talking about
think
like
he's watching
he was
right now.
accused of sexual improprieties and shit when he was younger. You know, they had the whole confirmation shit. People talking about him, and they brought up when he was younger. Where he would drink while like at frat parties and shit. And somebody brought up boofing. And
What is that?
It's like just you said butt chugging. Like it's called
it's
boofing.
called boofing.
Yeah, and.
That's fucking.
Like, and they said, dude, we're fucking like that is how people to get drunk, get fucked up faster.
Didn't John Cena do that in the movie where he was like a parent? That he was trying to stop his daughter from partying?
Oh man, is it that's Blockers? I never seen that movie.
Yes.
I heard that was funny.
He did that in the movie because they had to convince the kids that they were younger than they really were. So he was like, yeah, I'll do this shit.
Yeah, but
like,
nah.
Cena?
Apparently, like kids actually do that. Like they'll use drugs, the Adderall, whatever. Man, just it skips that step. It skips that step, and you just
Like,
get
how
better.
impatient are you that you don't
Like
even
what?
allow?
Not even how impatient. What type of problems do you have that this is a?
Listen,
thing.
I take a drink and a shot, and I'm feeling a nice buzz in 10 minutes tops. I don't need 10 seconds. I'm fine with 10 minutes.
I want to wait it out, man. When I take an edible, I don't want it to hit me like at. I don't want that smack in the face at once. Verbal, like when I take an edible, like all right, let's put it like this: the night we did the syrup, that night was just a little wacky. We smoked, we did that, we drank, and it got a little wacky. But when it hit you, it wasn't like you couldn't control yourself. You wobbly all over the place. Like it was a nice cerebral feeling. Like, but I like how that took time to digest and hit you. Like it's not like you take it and then
We're not talking about lean, yo.
no, we're not. I'm not lean.
You said the syrup, and I
Yeah.
just saw cancel culture coming through the door.
Nah, nobody's syruping, man. Too many legends to the rap game been lost to that. I'd never do it. Even
I've never
people
wanted to do that
I've
shit.
never wanted like it's codeine. Like I don't like what is this codeine syrup? Like is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like promethazine, son. Like I wouldn't want to do that shit, man.
You
Like
could find all the ingredients in Future's lyrics.
yeah, like
It's like that's all he's talking about. Yeah.
Molly
It's
Percocet.
like-
Like I was so shocked when that song made it on the radio and didn't get censored. Like I
Because
was
they're pushing a narrative.
when that song, I'm like, all right, like you censored Molly, you censored other drugs, but you allow that entire chorus of that song to be on air.
Bro, what did we just see Tucker Carlson say?
They-
He said they're talking about, in what state was that?
Washington, I
in
think.
Washington.
Sending kids
Sending
back to school.
kids back to
based
school
on race.
based on their race. They want minority kids into school first, and then white kids will follow once COVID is subdued. Is that not the craziest shit you've ever heard in your life, bro? And this is on
It's
Fox
fucking
News.
nuts.
This is on Fox News
So of course,
a few days ago.
I
on
seen
the
people
18th.
online talking about it. I seen a
4
little
days
bit of it,
ago.
but I don't. I told you I really don't watch a lot of that shit sometimes. But like to even suggest that as an actual option is just nuts to me, man. It's just nuts. I don't know, bro.
They want kids boofing, bro. They want kids drugged up. They want kids being traded
I mean,
in
it's
fucking
wild.
underground
Look at how
sex
kids
markets.
look at how kids are being. I mean, let's think about like us when we were younger. Smoking weed was bad at 18. Smoking weed at our age and like in our age growing up doing that shit was bad. You know what I'm saying? But now you have kids, man, that are like, nigga, these niggas on heroin. They not on pills, like they on heroin by that age, bro. You got kids that try coke. You have kids, and I be trying to stress to people that by the end of high school, are alcoholics, because they've been drinking in school at house parties and shit, like drinking hard liquor.
That's why I never smoked in school.
I never smoked in
drank
school. I drank once in school, and I drank twice when I was in high school.
I started
I
all
didn't
that
drink
shit in my
heavily.
20s.
One time I did, and one time I was with Nook, and I was with Nook, Nino, and a few other people. Went to some girl's house on Bleecker, and I took my first shot. That's it. We were all chilling, and like, yo, I was like, I don't drink. And Nook's like, yo, Zo, you trust me? Nook. He's like, you think I'd do anything to hurt you? So I took a shot. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling good. We was chilling, and we just chilled out. Nothing crazy. But like this people, like it's kids. Like I'm not gonna name names, but I knew kids bringing booze to school, like bringing booze to school.
Flasks, like
Water
have
bottle.
a real flask.
Yeah, like I'm
tucked in
talking
the
water.
jacket.
I'm talking water bottles with vodka, straight vodka, and then go get an orange juice later in the day.
Like, I like being drunk at home, close to home, not in a place where I know I'm gonna have to go home later. It's uncomfortable, bro. Especially if you drinking straight fucking liquor. At a certain point, you're past the threshold now.
Yeah.
Now it's
Now you stepping through that door. It's like, oh shit.
like yesterday when I was drinking, I was fine until that last beer that I had at home, and I'm glad I had it at home because I tried to get up and it just.
Yo,
And I
like
just
that.
went straight to bed, bro. I
I'm
said,
like
"Fuck
that
this."
night we drank like that, man. Like those natty light seltzers, man. Yo, they were good,
Oh,
but
yeah.
like I told you, like my girl told me, she was like they probably were loaded with sugar and you didn't realize it, and you haven't been having sugar when you drink a lot because you've
That
been
crash
drinking. And yo,
fucked you up.
that sugar crash, bro, and then plus having all that alcohol in my system already, yo, that was one of the worst hangovers I've ever had in my life, bro. Like I was in a fetal position on my bed, calling for my mom, bro. Like, can you go get me? I need Pedialyte. I can't move.
Like, yo,
Like I was bad,
that
bro.
Pedialyte shit. I'm gonna start looking into that shit. 'Cause
That's the hangover cure, bro. Like not Gatorade, not water, because like I said, it puts back everything you lose. Because when and then you have to realize that drinking alcohol dries you out inside, so you need water. I mean, like there's little things like that have been the adjustment I've made throughout drinking. As an adult, that have made things better. For when things like that do happen, but every once in a while it'll happen. Like I told you, I had the night with the tequila with my girl's cousin. With my girl's uncle, with Uncle Glenn. When we drank the bottle of tequila, man, and
Tito's? No, Tito's. Is vodka.
we drank Casamigos, and we got fucked up that night, man. Like we both, like from what I learned, we both had to get sent home. I got sent home with her upstate, and her mom was driving and said I passed out in the back. Or they thought I was passed out, and the song started playing. I started singing out of the blue.
That shit, bro.
And like they said, they had to go get him, have his wife go get him, and walk him up the block to his house. Like, but we had a good
I
time,
would
man.
enjoy liquor like that anymore.
Huh?
I don't enjoy like hard liquor.
Nah,
anymore.
yeah, I don't drink hard liquor like that, so I still enjoy but I don't drink all hard liquor. Like I don't like Hennessy. I don't drink a lot of shit, man. Like if I want to drink hard liquor, I tell people when I want to drink what I want to drink when I want to drink. Like there's people that I know drink or like wine every day, drink beer every day. Like I don't drink every day. I don't do that anymore. Like but when I do drink, I want to drink what I want to drink, what I'm in the mood for. And usually the only hard liquor that I do ever want to drink is tequila, because tequila is, I'll say, my happy drink, and one of the few drinks that's also considered an upper and not a downer.
Yeah, you know more about it than me, bro. I'll get cheap tequila from the fucking bar, and my head is pounding in 2 minutes.
Nah, I don't do like tequila. Avion, Casamigos. And there was a new one we had, man. I can't remember the name of it. I saw it in the store. Last time I was with my girl, we saw it. There was a new one we had that was like, it was great. Actually, we finished off that bottle before we finished the bottle of Casamigos with her uncle. But we had an amazing time, bro. And I even told her, I was like, yo, even though I was like a little slow, I had a delayed hangover that day. It took me a while to get moving after the tequila. I was like, I wasn't hungover. I was just tired. We were out. We were up all day. And I told her, like, but that fucking Natty Light had me fucking hurting. Like, even the next day when you came to get me after the hangover day, like, I was still hurting a little bit before I came around.
You know, it's funny. Let's get a shot of the computer right now. It's listed right under it, bro. I didn't notice that it said metal right under Jesus Knievel.
Music metal.
Like,
I
holy
guess we're
shit.
both a couple of non-attentive dicks.
But a bunch of assholes over here. So let's just run through this real quick as the show's, we're already down to the last 20 minutes.
Super Def is actually going to be next week. So 10 p.m. July 24th, Super Def will be next week.
Super Def, July 24th will be next week. So we make a note of that. Of course, tomorrow, Dusty Wright. And that's Americana music.
What's Americana music?
It's like,
Tom Petty and them?
yeah, Mike McHugh.
Okay.
It's good shit. Shout out to Mike
Perspective?
McHugh.
Like
Yeah,
that
that
type
could
of
be
music?
considered it.
Yeah.
Very folk,
Folky.
Americana.
Folksy.
Then, of course, Rise Up Brooklyn presents Jonathan Blake Quartet featuring Chris Potter. You guys see it. That Afrobeat sensation is coming to First Live. And Rise Up Brooklyn again, man. They doing it, bro. Presents Camille Thurman, another Afrobeat artist. Are these images supposed to be like this, or did they just not load?
Yeah, we have to fire the web designer.
We got to fire the web designer. Somebody screwed that up.
That's me.
Somebody just using Wix.
I'll
But,
update that later today.
Necrotic Society. Necrotic, right?
Yeah,
Said that
Necrotic.
right.
You said it right. You got that right. Necrotic Society.
And then on Sunday, Mixed Conception, eclectic music fusion infused in funk, soul, hip hop, and storytelling. And then, of course, next Monday, oh my God, John Block is back on Tuesday. Next Monday, we got, this is all over the place. We got Afrobeat, Latin, world beat, and dance.
Rhythmic Salvation. Featuring Jimmy Lopez and DJ Felix Martin.
And of course, next Tuesday, the 28th, got John Block back with another virtual territory here at First Live
Sophie Oster is the guest.
Sophie Oster.
with Sophie Oster. That's awesome.
I like that name, Sophie Oster.
It sounds like a famous name.
Sounds like a musician you'd just be so happy to hear coming out.
And of course, all of this is for 30 Days to Rock, 30daystoRock.us. You guys see the patronage opportunity right there. Just donate, man. You guys want to keep supporting First Live because we're going to keep pumping out brand new content for you guys.
Yes, we're going to keep
every
going.
fucking week.
Every chance we get. Man, it's just, whew. It's been, I can't believe, man. It's already, we started July 1st, man. It's already, what's today? Fucking July 22nd, man. It doesn't feel like it's been 3 weeks already.
Really don't.
It doesn't. It does
That
not.
shit is fine, though.
It's flying, man. You know what's honest, man? I just want this summer to be over. Summer is my least favorite season. Well, everyone who knows me knows I hate the summer.
I hate the summer, too.
My favorite seasons are probably fall and winter. I like the spring, but it's too much.
I like the winter because I get to dress up more. It's like layers to me are better.
You can
being
always put.
fucking
It's
hot and
easier.
sweaty
I
and
tell people it's
fucking-
easier to put. Like the saying is, it's easier to put on than take off.
Yeah. And don't need to worry about the AC. Just open the window. If you want to cool down,
Cool
close the
down.
window. If you want to warm up. Easy breezy, bro.
Like
then
I
the
sleep.
people
I sleep
in the
the
street,
best in the winter.
The fact that there's less people in the street attracts me to the winter more.
That it's colder, so people just want to get where they're going. No interaction.
Nobody's
nobody.
hanging out in front of the store, being a dick.
Word.
And if you are, then Jesus Christ, you got nowhere to
Who
go,
knows what
bro.
your home life is like? Usually, like it's like, yeah. Well, why are you outside? It's 2 degrees.
Last thing you want to do is walk around the hood with a Con Edison bill in your back pocket and giving everybody a sob story.
Yo, that's an insider right there, bro. Damn. That one's some insider knowledge right there on that one. Goddamn. But yeah, nobody wants to hear a sob story, so get your shit together.
Get off the fucking street.
Yeah, man. Dude, that's your own doing. Yeah, man. Damn, I can't believe you just said that.
Say, bro, come on. You fuck with the bull, you get the horns,
Fuck
bro.
the bull, get the horns, man. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
How many sayings we got to say before you get what we're saying?
Yeah. It's just, I mean, it's insane. It's nuts, bro. But I mean, I just like I hate the summer altogether, man. And like these heat waves like this, like this is, you know, it's crazy. It's like they're saying today it's only gonna go to like 88, but it might still rise to like 90. But with humidity and everything, and then like next week it's supposed
And
to go
no
right
shade.
back to like 90 something tomorrow. Like it says it's supposed to go to like the high of 88 today, but already it's 84 out, but it feels like it's 93.
You know, as hot as it be outside, I was freezing my ass at the studio.
Yo, yesterday, bro, like,
don't
I
know
have to
what the
admit-
fuck happened.
Yo, like that shit had me like when I got home, bro. Like I didn't even think about how warm it was. Like I was just like, damn, it was cold in that studio.
I was like,
Yo, you
Jesus
had on
Christ.
jeans, like I had on shorts, like, and I was probably through. I was like, you cold? And then it's like, it's actually kind of cold in here. I think.
Like, you know it's cold when you start accompanying me to go for my
Word.
cigarette break just to get a little sun, bro.
Yeah, word, bro. Like
I
usually
was
I'm
like,
like, nah,
God
I'm sitting here
damn.
waited out, bro. Like I was like, nah, I was like, you, like I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. I was like, I don't smoke cigarettes, but I think I'm gonna go with you, man. It's a little chilly in here. It's what I say, it's muy frio.
Muy frío. I want to thank you for convincing me to go to Marshall's.
Yeah, man.
'Cause these pants, they feel phenomenal.
Yo, bro, like I do all my shopping there, bro, and like I told you, you see me, like I don't wear all name brands, but like I feel like I'm kind of fashionable. Not, you know, I feel like I have my own type of, you know, style.
I bought pants from Manhattan Avenue, the black ones. The pockets were so tight that I put in my box of cigarettes and it crushed it.
God damn.
I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna feel going outside to smoke a cigarette and I gotta pry open my pocket and rip out cigarettes paper by paper, bro? I'm like, yeah, and on top of that, the inside fabric is just, it was like sandpaper, bro.
It's like, but it's kind of like I've had that talk, like I've had that talk previously, like with my mom, like when it comes to like with like people who still frequent like a C-town. Like, and I mean C-town up the block from us on Central. Like people who still frequent like Food Bazaar. When you have like, and these aren't mom and pop. These are chain supermarkets, smaller chains, but still chain supermarkets nonetheless.
That's why they've been
That
there
don't
so
give
long.
great deals. They're just in the neighborhood. They're accessible to you, so people go there. But if you would go, like maybe take a bus ride, go up to Glendale, go to Stop and Shop, go to ShopRite,
You get the deals.
get much better deals. And I've reached the point, even when I tell my mom, bro, like the C-Town spot, the fish market that opened up the block on Linden in Irvin, like, bro, like going in there and seeing the difference in their prices and like Food Bazaar. I'm like the only reason Food Bazaar is still open in this neighborhood is because so many people go to them simply for convenience, simply
They're right there.
simply for convenience, bro. And like it's like that's
Big
it.
R.
Remember Big R, bro? Shit.
Big R.
Like and yo, you know, like that's how ballsy that corporation is, man. That you have the same exact supermarket, not even separated by 2 blocks. Like I gotta go on Google Maps for that.
We got to check the distance. This neighborhood, that's the thing, bro. We remember this neighborhood before it was anything close to what it is now.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff that's lasted the longest, simply for convenience, Some of these barbershops, bro, they got to be fronts. Like, there's certain stores in here that I'm convinced are fronts for something
Yeah.
else. Bro, that store right down fucking Central, the corner store. Remember the corner store right across from where I was living on Hart Street? You know why that shit closed down?
No.
They found out they was running hookers from the basement.
Yo, didn't we used to say that?
And
yo,
we always said, why is there
this
always
some
girls
sort
inside
of
the
front
fucking
in it.
store?
Like, bro, like I used to say, I honestly thought it was a drug front. I thought it had to be like a drop.
I
or
thought it was
something.
drugs too.
I thought it was a drop. Like seeing the way people came
Then
in.
Cheese was telling me, he was like, yo, they was trying to get me to fuck them right there. And they wanted me to pay. Like, and the dude behind the counter was trying to facilitate. Turns out that whole basement, remember, they was always in and out. I thought they was doing gambling downstairs or something. I thought they was running poker games. No, they was just running poking games. Because that was a whole other...
Yo, bro, like when we went in, bro, like let's put it like this: it was a smartphone, everybody, and we all had smartphones, but nobody had a flip phone. Everybody had some sort of smartphone. You had an iPhone. Cheese had an iPhone. I had the HTC Evo or the Evo 4G by that point, but we all had smartphones by that point. When we went in there, like even there was a time I told you I went to get a juice and that shit was expired by like 2 months. I didn't notice it till I opened it and like, yo, it tastes like this. And I sort of expected, went back over there. Like, oh, my bad, buddy. And he like, yo, go get another one if you want. And there was a bunch of them in there where they expired. I was like, bro, like before I found one that wasn't, like most of those are expired, bro. Like, and they had like all that old, like 1990s phone chargers, all this shit looking old. It's like 2012, 2013.
You're literally just sitting on all this expired produce and bullshit that you keep it in the freezer because that's not what's making you money, bro.
Word.
People know, bro. People know the neighborhood's not stupid. We see them chilling out in front, and then they always just keep going inside and disappearing.
Word.
And then you see a guy come out, smile on his face, but he ain't carrying no bags.
Yo, like it was crazy. Like we all knew something was happening out here. We just didn't know what. We all knew. We all know what's up, and we didn't know to figure out what it was at that point. And then,
And
like
the businesses that didn't last, for the most part, like we was talking about Game Corner the other day or yesterday.
just bad
You
business.
doing bad
shit.
business, bro.
Just doing
Like,
bad business.
You still trying to sell fucking 5-year-old games at full market price?
At full market
The
value,
fuck is
bro.
wrong
Like
with
that's
you,
not
bro?
how that goes, man.
Mark that shit down. Take some sort of a loss, but make some sort of a gain because now all you're gonna do is just keep the prices the same.
Yo, he
and sit
closed
on all
down.
the product
When he closed down, he still had that entire inventory of games.
because nobody was gonna buy from him, bro.
Like the only way he probably had a chance to make money on those games after that was for him to sell them on eBay in like a lot or something to someone else who
And I
would get them.
promise you, that's what he did. Or he sold it to like another store.
another store and still took a loss. When all you had to do was when people came in there and wanted some of those games was make a deal.
Because that market wasn't there on the corner of Myrtle before.
Nah.
Now it was the pawn shop, and they had inventory, but they had shit marked fairly.
Yeah, they had shit marked fairly.
So if I'm gonna go over here try to get, let me get SSX Tricky, oh, it's $39.99. Then I
Fuck
go
that.
over there, it's $9.99. Fuck you,
that, bro. Like, why would I go there? You go to like I remember like last games I brought from home was when I still had my 360 and I was still doing real estate. And when I got the I walked by and I saw they had Need for Speed.
Hot Pursuit.
No, Most Wanted,
Ooh.
but the 360 version, and that's like the Blacklist edition.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw they had that. I wanted it. He was selling that game was marked for 20 separately, and that game is like on its own, like because it's only like it was a launch title on the 360, and there aren't that many copies of it floating around anymore. So that game on its own is worth like $40-$50. He had it there at like 20, and it was like buy like it's like buy 4 games, get buy 4 games for like $30. So I was talking to him, and he's like, listen, he's like, I'll sell you that one for 15 flat, and then you'll get 3 other for 13. And he was like, you'll pay.
This is Game Corner.
No,
The pawn shop.
Capone.
Oh, Capone's.
I was like, you sure? He's
See,
like,
that's
yeah.
what I said yesterday. He knows how to hustle his shit.
Yo, like he had to
He don't
know
like
what
to sit
that
on
game was
inventory.
worth to me, bro. And he was like, yo, I'll knock that down to 15 and then pick 3 games for 15 and then it's still 30. So
Because he still buys and sells the retro shit, and he's still moving the inventory.
he moves retro.
Like
Like people go
he
there.
don't
dude.
sit on shit, bro.
He don't sit on movies. He don't. He always has deals in there. And that's smart.
And he'll work
business
with the
shit.
customer.
He will. Like if you like honestly, if I wanted to walk that far that day when I told you when I just had after GameStop tried to fuck me on those PS4 games, like I knew they weren't worth much, and I was expecting maybe 50 cents a game, honestly, maybe 25 cents. But when you said nothing, I was like, cool, bro, I'm not gonna need nothing. But what do I want them for? Like I obviously brought them here to sell you. They're old. And I saw a dude there. I was like, here, sell these for whatever you can sell them for. Some kid will walk by as a PS4, see these games. You can sell. He can sell all those games to kids for $5, $6, $7. It was like an old 2K, FIFA 16. Old like Madden 19, I think I gave him. He's supposed to give me $1 for Madden 19. That was the only game they wanted to give me money for. I'm like, come on, man.
I'm a Funko Land. See, that's
what GameStop became. Now they merged with EB Electronic Boutiques, and then
Funko Land had a magazine that they would release
that with all the prices.
with all the prices.
And they would update. And some of those games, yo, remember that all of us wanted that goddamn Dragon Ball Z because it was worth like $80 to sell back to them. Yo, now we know they're giving us 80, but that disc was worth like how much you had to pay for that? Like 200. So we didn't even know. We just like, yo, that's like the most expensive game to sell back to them. I wish somebody had it.
It was during the time when we was taking PlayStation and trying to mod that shit to read Japanese games just to
Word.
buy Japanese models. It's like, Jesus Christ, bro.
Or when you
Remember
got
when
the
we checked
action
the
replay.
spring? Remember that's the spring that you put in and you tricked the PS into thinking that it was closed?
Yeah.
The shit was open. You watching the disc spin. You could play Japanese games and counterfeit games.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a lot, bro. We did a lot to entertain ourselves. I'll
We
tell you that
did,
much.
man. Like how far we took the how far we took the even like when my first PlayStation broke, man. How they was flipping it upside down, leaning it on its side. Like it had to have different angles. You had to know which way to make it work, bro. And we still like enjoyed it, bro. We always had mad fun, bro. And then like we just, or like I said, we like those were some of the better moments of our life. We just didn't realize at that time, man. And like how much we would cherish that little shit.
At least we're older now, but we still have not just each other, but we still have places that still connect. Like imagine being in just a completely different place with nobody that you know, and you can't talk to people about your memories because you wasn't there. You don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So.
Nobody's gonna give a shit. Nobody's gonna care about what you did there. Like nobody really gives a fuck.
So let's just get a shot of this laptop one more time because it seems our web designer got on the horn and made some adjustments on the fly.
Did we get that fixed? Is that what that was?
That's what it is right here. So you got the graphic right here.
Oh, that's a nice-
Necrotic Society.
I actually like that logo for Necrotic Society. I actually like that logo, man. That's a real
That
nice
looks like
logo.
a hot tattoo to get.
That does. That looks like even I would wear that on a shirt, man, on a hoodie, on a hat. That's a dope logo. They got any merch, man? They need to make some merch. I would buy that.
Then you got Mixed Conception, of course, on Sunday, July 26th, an eclectic music fusion infusing funk, soul, hip hop, and storytelling. And then on Monday, Rhythmic Salvation, featuring Jimmy Lopez and DJ Felix Martin, and the updated graphic right here.
Ooh.
Sophie Auster on Virtual Territory, hosted by John Block every Tuesday here at First Live. You
Yes.
guys already know what the fuck we doing, man.
Wow, that was amazing. Yo, I really love that Necrotic Society logo.
That
I really
shit's
do.
dope.
That's a dope logo. I like that, man. That's a really dope logo. I would wear that logo on clothing. Like that's a nice logo.
And of course, bing, bam, boom. Go to 30daystorock.us and donate, man, because you want to keep the space open. There's no other space in the world like this. What are you
Nothing
doing
like
with your
this
money?
around here, man? Nothing like this. And I mean, I haven't seen anything like this in this city. Anything else like this as a venue that's not a major venue booked, man. And even Danny, that was you that sent me the email, right? That these like the major like these major streaming services and music publishers are talking
shit.
about let's save yeah. Well, you know, I totally forgot you showed me that angle and then you didn't put it on all show.
Yo, that's crazy. He
You
waited
got me
till the
pointing at him,
last
too,
time.
yelling at him.
Yeah.
Peace.
Look, Mom, on TV. But you sent me that
Oh,
article, right?
shit.
That Warner Brothers,
That
Spotify,
was
and all these
hot.
places are saying that these independent music venues need to be saved. Like they saying, was that you that sent me that article, Danny? That was. And I was reading it, man, and that's the truth. These independent venues need to be saved, man, because if they're not, it's only bars left. and you don't get this type of quality production, man, you have a fully capable studio. Like here,
Like this entire the minute you
full
walk in,
production studio.
it's a fucking TV studio.
it's
Everything.
a full production studio here at your service,
Look at
available for service. Like, look at this. Look around you, man. You've seen in the video we showcase what the
Jesus
back
Christ.
room looks like for acts performing, shoot music video here. You know, if you want to be a comedian, you want to shoot a stand-up, you know, we're pumping some fake sound for you, make it look like you're on stage. That's what we got the buddy Roach for, man. Anything you need, you can get done here at First Live Studio at 219 Central Avenue in Bushwick, Brooklyn. But even more than that, if you want this place to stay open, we need people to help donate, man, or spread the word about donating. Because this place is for artists by artists.
And listen, after 30 Days to Rock is over, they're going to be renting the space out.
Yes, they're gonna be renting the space
if
out.
you need production, then this is the place. It's 219 Central
You've
Avenue.
seen-
It's right in Bushwick, bro.
You
Roach,
have
you have a show to promote.
I have a show, yes.
Let's pull that flyer up. Right?
So let me pull the flyer up. I'm going to pull it up on my Instagram because it's easier. So I wanted to keep it very simple. Hey. It's not letting me. There we go. You guys see it right there. 8 at 8. I'm gonna be playing here. You know, I always try to work some sort of marketing angle into
Yeah. What
date
day? That's a
selection.
Saturday,
and
right?
It's a Saturday. Tickets $10. We're gonna sell them on Eventbrite. I'm gonna have the link on my Instagram moving forward until the day of the show. Of course, just you could come out and and enjoy it live. Like you could wear a mask. You guys gonna have the bar open?
No. It's just for you.
No, you're not allowed indoors.
Online until things are safer.
So the tickets to watch are to watch online.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
even
just
better.
the artist and crew in the in-house. Yeah.
That's even better.
Yeah. It's nowhere. Even though I told you Stage 4 started Monday, but everything indoors is still across the state until they know what's up. At least in the city, I know even some of the stuff further north they said hasn't reopened.
That's hot. I didn't know that,
indoors.
bro. I thought it was free to watch online, and then it was $10 to get in.
Nope.
So if it's $10, we could stretch that shit out easy now.
Yeah, man.
'Cause I was worried about social distancing and all that shit, and people coming out. If nobody got to come out, then everybody's gonna pay.
Yeah, man. And just like we said, guys, this whole 30 Days to Rock initiative is because a lot of small businesses, like you've seen in the news, like you've seen across the nation, haven't gotten help or, you know, any type of relief from local governments or federal governments, or any relief they've gotten hasn't been much. It's maybe a drop in the bucket. So we're doing this to help not only First Live, but to help the actual performing, who everyone's taking a hit here. There are a lot of people who didn't get, you know, their 600. A lot of people still trying to get that, and that shit ends this week. So there's a lot going on. This isn't just about us.
They already got funny with that last.
Yeah,
they was talking about that shit
We
yesterday.
was talking about it yesterday. So you know, just we wanna thank you all for tuning in live here. We want to thank you for listening to just us two for 2 hours. We didn't have any guests this week. We'll probably have one next week, maybe. And you know, anything you need
Maybe.
involving this whole thing, get over at 30daystorock.us. Any information you need on this 30 Days to Rock initiative. And you can get any information pertaining to Bud and Roach over at www.budandroach.com.
And you could follow us at Bud and Roach on Instagram because we do the fucking.
You heard?